Today is a good day. Today is Makura Cup 2 day. Professor Lemes is going to play versus Taesiog in Makura Cup, ladies and gentlemen. I'm almost ready. Game name is Cup Makura. Makura 1. Create. Ladies and gentlemen, if there is players are still doing the map veto. It's not this. 1 second. This. Okay. Players are still doing the map veto. The streamer is putting important information. The score is 0-0. The format is best of 7. I'm getting ready. The players are almost ready. They are responding on Discord, which is great. They're doing map veto. And ladies and gentlemen, is Pali Rifle solved? Professor Lemes today won versus Soin. 2600 MMR orc. Hello, Mr. Scimitar. Welcome, welcome. The Makura Cup is almost ready. Almost ready. Thank you for being here early. Of course, there is probably amazing action on Back to Warcraft with the B Cup games. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here for the Makura Cup, of course. Because of this scheduling, you know, to have a good schedule, I decided to put it today. Maybe I could do it yesterday, but that's fine as well. So and get destroyed by Labi. Okay. I mean, that is pretty goddamn good. Okay. That's for sure. Okay, Saul not leaking DMs, man. Hello, Mr. Kozak. So, ladies and gentlemen, we know about the maps a little bit, so we are not going to see Autumn Leaves. Lemes vetoed Autumn Leaves. Autumn Leaves is a pretty bad map for Pala Rifle. There is no altar trick. There are 2 easy expansions for the Orc. And Mr. Taesiog vetoed... Akura one. Okay, Professor Lemes is here already. And Mr. Kozak, we went to like Przątki. Przątki is like this mountain near Krosno to make some Makura photo shoot. Okay, so we are waiting a little bit. EU Central 4, Professor Lemes, making sure that ping is as it's supposed to be. And yes, map. So, for the viewers, they don't know, we are slowly getting started. Professor Lemes versus Taesiog. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a few Makura pictures. In Krosno, ladies and gentlemen, there is Makura Cave. This is where I live. I live in a gamer cave. That's where. And this is my in real life friend, Mr. Wojtalenko, also in Krosno with Makura. His own Makura card. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, the map is getting bigger and bigger. I got a few updates, right, from Germany, Mr. Bear, and from Dortmund, Mr. Hambam, Mr. Tetster, Neo, and me. These gentlemen I met in the VIP room, very polite and passionate gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, let me check the Discord. The players are slowly coming. Of course, Professor Lemes, as a professor of Polish Rifle University, is already here. Okay. Do you want to start or finish the map veto? Hello, by the way. Okay, so players are ready, ladies and gentlemen. I'm proud to announce, yes, that players are on time. Okay, finish maps first. Lemes versus Station and some noobs later. Well, Mr. Valdis, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Valdis agreed to play versus Mr. Glare. Valdis versus Glare, best of 3. And for for the $10. For the $10. Sorry, Mr. Valdis, for not offering more. Okay, players are finishing the map veto. Finish map veto. It's free losers maps per player. So and Mr. Nemo, of course, Mr. Nemo, you are sanctioned. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are finishing the map veto. This is fine. This is fine. What happened, ladies and gentlemen, in Mr. Grabby FFA, yes, having referees, pause abuse technology, show Mr. Toxic has sanctioned people are show Mr. Toxic has sanctioned people are treated on the second map. Exactly. I'm going to. I mean, Mr. Random Bad Gamer, Mr. Grabby was busy casting, Mr. Grabby was busy making the stream entertaining. So I totally understand. Totally understand, ladies and gentlemen. So what is left? 1 second. Okay. Professor Lemes is helping with the map veto. Hammerfall Makrura map to welcome. Hammerfall. Great. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. 3, 2, 1. I can't believe it. Go! Is it loading, please? The loading technologies. Okay, Mr. Taesiok versus Professor Lemes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first map of Makura Cup number 2, sponsored by Mr. Random Bad Gamer, fueled by Mr. Taesiok. Why I decided to make Makura Cup 2 that quickly? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I went to Rara LAN in Dortmund, and Mr. Taesiok, the orc here on the bottom right, very tall, very friendly, very intelligent, very smart player, he have found a way to surprise even Mr. Toxi, who was playing Pala Rifle during the event. Of course, Toxi is the Pala Rifle sensation in Polish Pala Rifle University recently, and he was surprised. And ladies and gentlemen, he said, Saul, I think it's not going to be that easy to win versus Org anymore with Pala Rifle, but I said, if a strategy is good versus Pala Rifle, it has to be shown that it's good versus Lemes, okay, ladies and gentlemen? And yes, if it's going to win versus Lemes, not only did I become a Pala Rifle student, okay, Mr. Toxi, naturalized Polish. Well, Mr. Toxi, if ever somebody from like Polish immigration place will ask you for a letter of recommendation, I can write you a letter of recommendation. I remember. Yes, I know, Leon. I remember when I went to the American embassy because I was a finalist of some science competition, but it wasn't like serious science. It was some online competition organized by like Polish university and NASA and American embassy. And I met there a real astronaut. And the American ambassador in Poland wrote me a dedication in a book. And I remember that other parents, because you had to go there with parents, were talking, save this book, guys, because if you ever want to go to the America, you show this book as a proof that somebody from America likes you. So, ladies and gentlemen, the true story is that this book was like 2 kilograms because it was like a huge album with NASA pictures, and I never went to the America anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, on the top left, we have Professor Lemes, who is starting to creep. And we have Taesiok that is already here. Professor Lemes, are you going to disengage? Professor Lemes today won versus Soin. He's definitely warm up. Professor Lemes is going to provide grande kiting technology. Instant resummon by Mr. Taesiok. Professor Lemes is not scared. Professor Lemes is asserting dominance. Professor Lemes is asserting dominance. Mamma mia, grande Madonna. Creeping in front of Mr. Taesiok. Mr. Toxi was... okay. Spoiler alert, Lemes is not Toxi. I'm not saying that Lemes is better than worse than Toxi, but ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes in these show matches, Professor Lemes under pressure shines. I'm the opposite. I played the best off-stream. I played the best off-stream, but ladies and gentlemen, Makrura is enraged as well. Professor Lemes, a little bit too cocky. He's rifleman. The delay with Lambert is grande. The Makrura has no mercy. Maybe Makrura remembers that Lemes have won the Makrura #1 cup, and that's why Professor Lemes, you know, didn't get any help from Makrura, because Makrura wants to help the newcomer, Mr. Taesiok, who is playing Aistina. But ladies and gentlemen, it's still going to be fine. It's going to be fine, this Professor Lemes. But Professor Lemes is a little bit blues already. Level to unlock, Professor Lemes says. Come on, Mr. Orc. I heard that you have found the anti-pala rifle strategy. I'm the pala rifle. Nice to meet you. But man, this Makrura dealt so much damage. Who got the experience? A little bit experience for Mr. Taesiok. Professor Lemes is running out of the mana. Mamma mia, grande Madola. Hello, Mr. Changer. Professor Lemes, pull the militia. Okay, that was spicy start of the game. The both players, they want to feel each other out a little bit. And Taesiok is sending wolves deep into the on the human base. Professor Lemes is pulling all of the militia. Professor Lemes is a little bit of survival mode here. You can lose a little bit gold, but if you save your rifles, should be fine. Professor Lemes rifleman went a little bit too close. Mamma mia, chaos in game #1 on Hammerfall. Professor Lemes a little bit under pressure. Of course, Professor Lemes can always play safe, but he wanted to feel this new anti-pala rifle player. He wanted to feel, is he really that good anti-pala rifle? Professor Lemes says, this is not my first rodeo. I want to know you, Mr. Taesiok. How is your micro? Professor Lemes waited with the Holy Light, and now he's going to try to damage the Headhunters. But yes, lumber economy for Professor Lemes not that great. And now Professor Lemes needs to go back. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm starting to get scared. Tier 3 immediately. One of Headhunters will get the Panda. Because yes, this is the new anti-pala rifle strategy. Panda second by Orc and Grande creeping. Professor Lemes is marching to the middle. He's very bruised. He's even making a shop. Professor Lemes wants to stop the creeping. And Snare, not deadly, but annoying. Panda is creeping already with Drunken Haze technology. If you compare Drunken Haze and Breath of Fire, ladies and gentlemen, it's a completely different thing. Breath of Fire deals a little bit damage, but it's mana expensive. And if your if the camp is not going to damage you by much, it's still worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hydra is spreading its potion. Professor Lemes really needs some heal. Professor Lemes is just running in circles in the middle of the map while Panda is getting levels. Mr. Toxi is now smiling, saying, haha, Saul, I told you that playing versus Taesiok is not that easy. But ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Taesiok, he needs to taste the kiting abilities of Professor Lemes. Because yes, Professor Lemes is getting ready. Professor Lemes is getting online. Professor Lemes is slowly creeping. Militia is here, but it's only versus one Farseer. Professor Lemes will soon realize that yes, we are going to have some Panda action. Panda almost level 3. Grande Panda. Oh, the Farseer went out of position. It's not that easy to creep. But Farseer will survive, but barely. He met Professor Lemes. Hello, Mr. Avery. Hello, Mr. Azar. Hello, Mr. Azra. Hello, Mr. Very Bad Aim. And hello, Mr. Changer. And of course, shout out to Random Bad Gamer for sponsoring this event. Without Random Bad Gamer, this event wouldn't happen that quickly. Okay, Professor Lemes get like big healing potion, big mana potion, and his wand of mana stealing, I mean, on the panda. You know that Professor Lemes can use the items well. His Blood Mage is not bringing items from the shop! A grande disaster! A grande disaster, ladies and gentlemen. There is no Scroll of Regen. The Arcane Vault is not going to pay off, I'm afraid. And Panda got level 3 with big healing potion. Thank you, Mr. Random Bad Gamer, like really, for making this cap quickly. Nobody will tell me, ladies and gentlemen, that Firelord is already operational. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid. Random Bad Gamer. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes. The first Tauren is almost out. Professor, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Professor has quite strong opinions about Taurens, if you ask me. Professor Lemes says that Taurens are not grande. Okay, we have Soulburn on the Blood Mage to stop the suction. We have the Speed Scroll, and ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes' army is getting red HP. But this is where the magic begins. Mr. Toxie, the second Holy Light was on point. Mr. Toxie, you may be a great Pala Rifle player, but Lemes has years of kiting experience. Years of kiting experience. Yes, I understand that he's probably behind. But for Lemes, this is just the beginning of the game. He's like, oh, Taurens, I can't kite them. Smiley face. Oh, Panda, you have no mana. Smiley face. Oh, another orc that thinks that can destroy Pala Rifle. Smiley face. Professor Lemes is kiting. Hello, Mr. Smurf. Thank you for the positivity, as usual. Professor Lemes, ladies and gentlemen, is going to hold this maybe. He's behind with supply. Orc has tier 3 technology. Is there Orb of Lightning? Orb of Lightning is already here. That what was highlighted during Raraland casting. That yes, indeed, the Orb of Fire. The Orb of Lightning can work like a pocket raider. Professor Lemes now has a lot of lumber. He can pull the militia, but Taesiog is already knocking to Professor Lemes' door. The rifles are dying, and this strategy is called Pali Rifle. We need more, but mana is limited, and Professor Lemes is saying hello to Mr. Taesiog. Mr. Taesiog is operational. He has level 3 Panda, he has the Taurens, and Professor Lemes making Sorks and Priests. Slowly. Human needs some knights. This is Lemes! Lemes is not banned by love of physics, ladies and gentlemen. Professor Lemes can still do it! Because Professor Lemes in the late game is like happy. He's like happy in the late game. Very exotic stuff of teleportation to get a speedy delivery from the Voodoo Lounge. Against all of the rules, exactly. But Professor, okay, Professor will kite. He will kite, and kite. Professor Lemes needs to feel the strategy. Look at this Tauren, he was slowed down for a whole minute. Professor Lemes needs level 3 and level 4. That's a big power spike. Professor Lemes probably thinks that there is an expansion, but Taesiog is not making expansion just yet. We are getting ready for the late game fight. And remember, oh, the Farseer! Professor Lemes, the Speed Scroll is so imba. There was banish slow effect, but Speed Scroll still worth it. But Farseer is already bruised. Double Orb of Lightning, ladies and gentlemen! Double Orb of Lightning technologies! Oh, this is going to be hard to kite! Orb of Lightning is an anti-kiting technology. Pull the militia, Professor! And let's start the fight. Banish on the Tauren. One of the priests dead. Another Tauren. Very low HP. Professor Lemes is fighting. Professor Lemes is not giving up. Panda, without any mana. This Panda is a joke at this point. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, fight Professor Lemes. Fight. Blood Mage is inside of this trouble, but Professor Lemes is smiling. Professor Lemes in real life should work as this tornado hunter because he can always stay calm, ladies and gentlemen, always. Even in a terrible position, he can stay calm, and Professor Lemes is fighting this. Professor Lemes, and ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Taesiok is like, oh my god, I have double orb of lightning. I had my Taurens during, according to toxic calculations, I should be owning this human, but Mr. Toxi didn't put one variable in the player name. Professor Lemes should be marked as X, ladies and gentlemen, and this is like cosmological constants. This is not balance, ladies and gentlemen, because this is Lemes. He's going to violate the rules of Warcraft 3 universe. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying that Lemes is going to win this game. I'm just telling you that breaking Lemes in the late game is not that easy, even if you have this unit composition. And imagine Lemes with better early game. By the way, beautiful Makrura here. What was the item? Wand of the Wind! Mamma mia, imagine those Taurens in the air! Professor Lemes is ready. Professor Lemes is going to acquire some items. He sold Wand of Illusion. I would never sell Wand of the Illusion. Just make 2 more Paladins, bro. Speaking of illusions, this panda is here as an illusion. 50 supply versus 56. Professor Lemes with double heal scroll. Professor Lemes ready for kiting. The problem is that level ups are not that good for Professor. Level 5 Paladin is not going to happen, not that important. Level 4 Blood Mage, not going to happen, not that important. For the Orc, the contrary. Soulburn, level 3, level 2 Firelord, good. Level 3 Farseer, good as well. We have the baby wolves attacking. Professor Lemes, 50 supply. Professor Lemes, tier 3. And Master, ladies and gentlemen, Master training for the Sorks. Professor Lemes is patient. Professor Lemes is going to teleport out, ladies and gentlemen. Don't blink, because it's going to be grandified. Professor Lemes is here. MK is here. Mr. Taesiok, are you ready for Lemes? Because Lemes is ready for Lul. And Lemes will find you, and Lemes will holy light you. And it's not going to feel nice. Wand of the Wind a little bit too late. The Breath of Fire already went through. Paladin on low HP. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 heal scroll used. Professor, this is time to shine. Militia is here. Professor Lemes is repositioning himself a little bit. Panda with no more mana. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes is trying to hold this. The militia... The ship! 1 Tauren was exchanged into the ship, ladies and gentlemen. How it's happening? Full mana on the Blood Mage, ladies and gentlemen. Professor Lemes is proving this again. Professor Lemes is taking his hands on the panda. The heal scroll, oh my god, mamma mia, grande madonna, this should be the carry of this orc race. But Professor Lemes is sending this panda to the altar. This is where your carry is, orc. Oh, Mr. Toxi, Pala Rifle is solved. But ladies and gentlemen, a humble caster from Poland, SaulPlayerMan. I told you many times, the strategy doesn't work versus Pala Rifle if there is no proof that you can win versus Lemes with it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's why I was skeptic. That's why I was skeptic. Professor Lemes won the impossible fight again. And he's chasing the orc. Mr. Taesiok, he wanted to finish this game, but Lemes is going to attack him now. He still has the expo. But ladies and gentlemen, he's bruised. He's bruised. Paladin. Still have 1 Wand of the Wind. Blood Mage, 1 heal scroll. Sorks on Master. Are we going to transmute? Are we going to transmute some Taurens? Professor Lemes. Panda. 1 mana potion on the panda. Panda into the air, Professor Lemes says. Come on. I'm ready to kite. I'm ready to reposition myself. Of course, it's not that easy. Now, Professor Lemes. He needs to start the fight about right. He was waiting for the soul burn. And ladies and gentlemen, kite Professor. Show them. Show them, Professor. More Sorks. more rifles, Staff of Sanctuary on the MK. Professor Lemes controls multiple heroes. There is still one, this mana potion, but Professor Lemes held the heal scroll ready. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, immediate heal scroll. This is Professor Lemes, level 5 paladin, ladies and gentlemen, to dominate this fight, to give a statement to Mr. Taesiok. My name is Lemes, and he leaves the game even though expansion was running. Grande Lemes, Grande Pala Rifle. I got excited, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Taesio says springtime. All good? Makura 2, springtime. Okay. Okay. Game name. Okay. Players are here. There is, and ladies and gentlemen, we got the raid from Back to Warcraft. Welcome everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, reset the lobby. Okay, I'm resetting the lobby. Sorry, I'm a tournament organizer. Game name Makura 3, ladies and gentlemen. Makura 3. I will greet you everybody, ladies and gentlemen, soon. I'm the observer. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for the raid. My name is SaulPlayerMan. The game name is Makura 3. We are on EU Central. Mr. Estina. No, it's a repeat of of Raralan Toxi. It's my internet. Okay. We can test the ping maybe in game. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so it's a perfect moment to explain you what is happening. First thing first, thank you Mr. Neo for the raid. Really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a small streamer, but the community around me is grande. Thank you for all of the support. And I'm the organizer of Makura Cups, ladies and gentlemen. This is Makura Cup number 2. Because, ladies and gentlemen, during the Raralan event in Dortmund, organized by Back to Warcraft, of course, Mr. Taesiok won versus Toxi. And everybody was like, oh my god, it was so strong. Mr. Remo Demo, the man, he was saying, okay, this very nice idea. He even suggested this to Taesiok. Mr. Toxi was very impressed by it. And ladies and gentlemen, okay, Lemes says toilet, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I'm a tournament organizer as well. And because Mr. Taesiok got this opinion, this basically reputation of being the poly rifle solver. Taesiok was about to solve the poly rifle problems, with Orc, and he had amazing strategy. Farseer had Hunter harass, okay? Then Panda creeping level 3 with the rest of Headhunters. Farseer will start just a little bit harass. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Firelord third, Orb of Lightning, and on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, the Taurens. And I said, okay, this worked very well. In theory, it working very well. But, ladies and gentlemen, anti-Pala Rifle strategy can be researched in the university only if Professor Lemes loses to it. And ladies and gentlemen, we are after game number 1. And it's already 1-0 for Professor Lemes. Even though early game was so-so. The early game wasn't great. Professor Lemes was harassed. Professor Lemes was very aggressively creeping. And the Makura Snapper was making it hard for Lemes. Because the creep, for some reason, was attacking Lemes more than Orc. But even though with the amazing late game, amazing kiting, tier S kiting, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes was about to win. EU East 5. Okay, EU East 5. Okay, Lemes says go. Ladies and gentlemen, Human Orc, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, Makura Cup, game number 2. Sorry, I can scream a little bit because I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. The game is loading. There are top European players, 2,300 MMR both. Both players are very experienced in real life. Now let's, in real life, they have in real life, let me tell you, they are not fallen gamers. It wasn't that easy to organize this match because they were busy. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome everybody. My name is SaulPlayerMan and this Makura Cup number 2, sponsored by Mr. Random Bad Gamer, ladies and gentlemen. Players are fighting for It's a one-day show match, so okay, $40 for the winner, $10 for the loser, and thank you, Mr. Random Bad Gamer, for making this possible, because without your support, it wouldn't be possible. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Crook for ill. By the way, let me update the score, and we will start the cast. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's 1-0 for Lemez. Remember, it's best of 7. It's a long series because we want to study. We want to study this anti-power rifle technology. For now, it didn't work. It was a very close game. Maybe Mr. Taeseok, he needs to change something. Maybe he needs to buy more mana potions for the panda. We'll see about that. So, on the top left, the professor of Polish Power Rifle University, Mr. Lemez. He's from Poland. I met him in real life 2 times. I spent 3 nights with him in the same hotel room. Of course, sadly, we had separate beds. And on the bottom right, it's Mr. Taeseok. I met him at Raralan for the first time. Not that long ago, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Taeseok is a very, very, very young, very cool, very smart, very fit, very good-looking orc player. And he got some coaching from Rimodimo, from Toxi, about how to play versus Power Rifle, but is it enough versus Lemez? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if he's going to play exactly the same. The start is the same. Farseer, Wolves. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Farseer Wolves harass into Headhunters, and in game number 1, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemez was creeping very aggressively. Myself, as a little bit worse Power Rifle player, I'm afraid to creep under orc pressure. But this is Professor Lemez, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about. Professor Lemez is ready to fight. But even Professor can make mistakes. One Holy Light, but experience from the Wolf in Professor Lemez's pocket. Professor Lemez, the master of playing under pressure. Another Wolf! Another experience went to Professor Lemez's pocket. He's even saving this peasant. Professor Lemez is... how do you say in English? He's styling. He's like, hey Saul, you organize a show match versus this anti-para sensation smiley face. I'm going to show him who is the professor in Polish Power Rifle University, and I'm going to holy light my peasant in the last second. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemez was even trying to block the rules. But remember, nothing is free in real life, ladies and gentlemen, and in Warcraft 3, Professor Lemez is using a lot of militia, and because of that, his lumber economy is not grande. But definitely the micro is. Professor Lemez is ready to attack. Professor Lemez, click the button. The button clicked, Taeseok had to resummon. Professor Lemez is in a very, very defensive position, but this is how it's supposed to be. You can be bullied easily by the orc, but not if your name is Lemez. Okay, as we can see, Taeseok is constantly sending wolves into Power Rifle player base just to stop this lumber economy. Surround attempt on the Paladin. Professor Lemez, you need to run. And Lemez, for a moment, needs to hide in his base. Another Holy Light will be used. Hello, Mr. Gradient. Hello, Mr. Sushi Core. Hello, Mr. Sila. Hello, Mr. Grumpy. Hello, Mr. Nilsson90. Welcome and thank you again, Mr. Neo, for the raid. This is... oh my god, human towers are made from paper! Professor Lemez is repairing quickly! If he would like not see this for 1-2 more seconds, the tower will be obliterated. But Professor Lemez is aware. Professor Lemez knows what's up. And Professor Lemez, pull back the workers to the gold mine. You need money. Okay, this is what Professor Lemez is going to do soon. As we can see, in game number 1, still Professor Lemez was like very happy to use militia in order to stay healthy for the mid-game. Is Professor Lemez the best Power Rifle player in the world? One mouse breeder. I need to organize the Power Rifle mirror show match. I need to invite Fortitude, Starbuck, Yumiko, Sok, Infi and some other well-known Pala Rifle players, and then we'll see who is going to win this tournament. Then I can tell you. But of course, Professor Lemes is not playing in professional games. Today on ladder, he won versus Sowin. He won versus Sowin on ladder, but of course the most titled is Starbuck and Fortitude. Yes, two Pali Rifle players. Ladies and gentlemen, why this strategy? Why this strategy is interesting? Because the Panda creeping. This is something different. If you remember games from back to Warcraft of human Pala Rifle versus Orc, it's usually Tauren Chieftain and double Bestiary Mass Raiders. Lame, lame, lame. But Mr. Taesiok, with this new strategy, he's going to fight with the Panda. No laming. He's getting ready for the big fight. His objective is to creep level 3 Panda before the Pala Rifle push. And go tier 3 to get some tier 3 goodies. But ladies and gentlemen, and he's going to make something what every orcs... like, this is an orc wet dream. This is the orc American dream. To add Taurens versus rifles. But ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes in the previous game was able to stop this. Professor Lemes is getting operational long rifles and blood mage. This Farseer is not doing much. This Farseer is just, you know, slowing down Lemes a little bit, threatening the last kills, and of course Panda needs all of the experience, all of it. Level 3 is already here. Professor Lemes can't get level 3 on his Paladin just yet, but after killing this Ice Troll Trapper, he will get level 3. Bam. Tier 3 is almost done for Orc. Fire Lord is going to be third hero because of Silence. And it's not called Silence, the ability of the Fire Lord that Mr. Taesiok is going to skill. It's called Soul Burn. And it reduces the damage output, but what is even more important, the hero under Soul Burn effect can't cast spells. And it basically stops the suction, stops the siphon mana almost immediately. Professor Lemes with the worst item ever. Ladies and gentlemen, the Creep Drag is here. The Creep Drag is here. Professor Lemes is trying to kite back. The Speed Scroll is running off. And this Creep Drag didn't surprise Professor Lemes. Professor Lemes is like, okay, I got the item. This is the worst item that I could get. No problem. I'm Pala Rifle. I'm going to exchange this item for gold. And with the gold, I'm going to buy Scroll of Healing. Professor Lemes is staying tier 2. Professor Lemes is adding Sorks. And this time, the Professor Lemes is the one creep jacking. Hello, hello. My name is Professor Lemes, and I'm ready to fight you, Mr. Orc. Panda with very limited mana. Blood Mage is draining, and Lemes flute. Another, no, the worst items ever. He got another Run Bracer. You are not playing versus Undead. You are playing versus Orc. The only spell damage from the Orc is Breath of Fire. Let me tell you, Farseer is not going to spam Chain Lightning. There is no Coil Nova. Professor Lemes is like, those items. Even the map makers are against Paleo Rifle, but Professor Lemes is going to sell this. Professor Lemes is keeping them? Okay, Mr. Toxie, Soul Ape Man to Mr. Toxie. I need a mathematician opinion here. You know, in football you have those commentators, and in studio you have those like ex-professional footballers. And I have no idea about this item. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes is kiting back, and remember, this is where Professor Lemes shines. Holy Light is always on point. Pull Militia, Professor. This fight is not going to be easy for Professor Lemes. This fight is very, very important. Panda, without the mana. Panda have Wand of Mana stealing, but that's it. Still, there is a lot of mana on the Fire Lord being drained. And look at this Tauren. This Tauren is not that dangerous. If he's banished, remember, banish duration is quite long. How is the Paladin doing? Mana on the Paladin gone. And Blood Mage is draining, and Paladin ran out of the mana. The last Soul Burn is here, but ladies and gentlemen, next Rifleman is going to buy the dust. Buy the dust. He's going to die. Professor Lemes, pull the militia now. Paladin is getting more mana. That's great. And what is the most important? Orc has no mana. Orc has the Tauren slow down. And now Professor Lemes is taking his revenge. Hello, Mr. Jinvar. Hello, Mr. Jurko. Hello, Mr. BDCO Chatter. And hello, Mr. Infayut. Tauren is dead, ladies and gentlemen. Professor Lemes is slowly coming back to this game. Professor Lemes in the late game. Hello, Mr. Sushiko. Professor Lemes in the late game can shine. There is no expansion. The expansion natural is not even cracked. And Professor Lemes is already going tier 3. And you know what he's going to do to those Taurens? He's going to exchange them to ships, transmute them, polymorph them. And I don't know if you met sheep in real life, the animal. They are very, very nice. Not dangerous at all. And ladies and gentlemen, you know who can be dangerous? Professor Lemes. And Professor Lemes saw that there is a creeping here, and he decided to stop the creeping. Professor Lemes got the item. Professor Lemes got the item. Experience to the orc. Panda! Panda is dying! Professor Lemes! Professor Lemes! Professor Lemes! Victorious Lemes! Mamma mia! Professor Lemes killed the panda! Mr. Taesiok shaky! Professor Lemes victorious! Mamma mia! Mamma mia! What was this fight? Professor Lemes was 42 supply versus 50! But Lemes never gives up! Is he going to sell these round bracers, please? Okay, he sold the round bracers. Professor Lemes is like, why I have those two useless items in my inventory? Let me sell them. Where did Taesio TP go? That's a good question. Missing. Hello, Mr. Kevin. Mr. Kevin, I'm excited. Pala Rifle versus Night Elf is next on my to-do list. Mr. Kevin, just saying. Okay, Makrua Camp number 3 is what I want to do. But first thing first, Mr. Taesiok, slowly. Slowly, Mr. Taesiok. Breathe in, breathe out. We all know that Lemes is grande. Yes, this is tier 3. MK is here. Remember, MK is to control the panda. Bolt suction. Bolt suction. That's what Professor Lemes is going to do. Suction bolt. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the follow, Mr. Tedstel. Huge cap. Look at this Bloodmage position. Bloodmage is like going into the orc base and says, hello, I'm representing Pala Rifle University, and you need to move out. Not from this base, but from this game. Because this game is going to Professor Lemes. But maybe Mr. Taesiok, he got the red camp. There's a good item for the panda, plus 5 intelligence, plus 5 strength. Panda has more spells ready. Soulburn used. Panda is going to connect. Breath of Fire Grande, but Lemes is kiting already. And Lemes is like, hello, I'm going to start kiting, smiley face. Where are your Taurens? Let's go. Where is mana on your panda? Oh, this panda is like Tauren. Look at this sheep. Ladies and gentlemen, there was this spell. Did he attack his own Tauren with the Orb of Lightning? Is this idea? Can he dispel his Tauren with attacking it of Lord of Lightning? That's my question. Trivia question, Mr. Toxie. I need a specialist. Ladies and gentlemen, but this panda needs a doctor. This panda needs a healer. This panda needs to go to the altar. Ay. Professor Lemes is here. Professor Lemes is here and he's saying soul. Where is this Pala Rifle killer? Who is this guy? Are you sure that this is this strategy? GG's. Ay. This is Taesiok. Top 4 finisher. Mag, Rura 4. Okay, top 4 finisher, Raralan. He's a great player. He's an amazing player. Okay, that's a good map. That's a good map for Orc. Ladies and gentlemen. Maybe there is Maybe Mr. Taysog needs a short break to cool down his head. Ladies and gentlemen, if we go to the Raraland page, thank you, Mr. Back to Warcraft, for organizing this, by the way. Taysog, 4th place finisher. Dice Leon Kevin Taysog. We named them in one breath. Huge players, grande players. But ladies and gentlemen, I think so. Okay. Ready? Mr. Toxis Makura 4, if you want to join. EU Central, EU East 5. Okay, Lemes says go, Taylor says go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, game number 3. 2-0 Lemes. That was very smart to remove the polymorph with Orb of Lightning. That was a big risk that he's just going to attack his Tauren. But ladies and gentlemen, on the bottom left, we have Mr. Taysog. And you know that I'm biased. You know that I'm a Pala Rifle fan. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, Mr. Taysog, he needs your energy. Do we have orcs in the chat? Do we have orc players in the Twitch chat? If yes, ladies and gentlemen, send your energy to Mr. Taysog, because he needs it. He's not playing versus SaulApeman. He's not even playing versus very skillful Pala Rifle player, Mr. Toxi. And ladies and gentlemen, he's playing versus Beast from Poznań. Okay? Why I highlight Lemes as the Beast of Poznań? Because I do remember when Mr. Bidu, you know, Ricky Bidu from Canada, he was organizing a Dust League, and Lemes played in the Dust League. Okay? And Mr. Bidu was pronouncing Lemes as Limes, okay? And you know what I did? I did a crazy stuff. I recorded a voice message, okay? And I said in this voice message to Mr. Bidu, hello Mr. Bidu, by the way, you pronounce Lemes as Le and Mess, like mess in your room, Lemes. And since that, he is pronouncing Professor Lemes right. And I also in this voice message said that he's also known as a Beast from Poznań, as a joke, ladies and gentlemen. But I think you can tell that Professor Lemes is ready for this strategy. Again, Professor Lemes won versus Sowin today on ladder, but he lost to Tedster, who was playing Blade Master Mirror Image. And ladies and gentlemen, I think Blade Master Mirror Image can be a nice anti-Pala Rifle answer. Of course, Mr. Don Delore is here. Hello, Mr. Don Delore. Hello, Mr. One Mouse Breeder. Hello, Mr. Kolos. I met Mr. Kolos at Raraland. Very huge, very muscular, and very nice guy. Hello, Mr. Holly. Nice to see you. Professor Lemes is ready. Lame ass. Oh, hello, Mr. Bendilog. Nice to see you. Hello, Mr. Outlove. Welcome. Mighty Offline. And Miss Ivy. Welcome, Miss Ivy. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 3. Mr. Taysog. He's an experienced player. Tournament player. Is he going to change something? Or is he going to trust into this anti-Pala Rifle strategy? So far, the anti-Pala Rifle strategy doesn't work. Because Lemes kiting, it's only because Lemes kiting. If you put Taysog versus SaulApeman, also well known as a Soul Noobman, it's not going to work. I'm not Lemes. That's why if somebody's talking about good Pala Rifle, they name Lemes. Never me, never me. Never. Only Lemes. But I respect that. Ladies and gentlemen, how is this game going to look like? Okay. Professor Lemes again enraged. Thank you, Elov Federal, for the follow. Professor Lemes and no! Professor Lemes is asserting dominance in the middle. Professor Lemes is killing the wolves and asserting dominance in the middle. How? How Professor Lemes can deal with harass dead well? Ladies and gentlemen, I think that this is basically Lemes aura. Okay, I will give you some brain root classes. Okay, L aura, it means loser aura, and W aura, it means winner aura, and Lemes has this W aura around him, and it gives additional stats to his rifles and his paladin. Let me tell you that. By the way, the maps are legit. We are playing on Warcraft 3 Champions maps. It's not a custom map by SaulPlayerMan. This is a legit map, ladies and gentlemen. The players' conditions are equal. We have even freaking pink equalizer. And ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. Professor Lemes. This should look completely different. Professor Lemes should be like hidden in his base, but he's just charging through. He's just charging through. The harassment doesn't work, but there is Critter, the rabbit, was trying to help. You need to teleport, Mr. Taeseok. He was trying to deny his headhunt. This is a disaster. This is Professor Lemes' effect, but ladies and gentlemen, no! The creeps are helping. Mr. Taeseok was able to manipulate the creeps. He's healing while Professor Lemes is losing HP from the camp. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to be aware. You need to be ready all the time. Taeseok is not giving up. Maybe it was a trap. Taeseok is going for the rifleman, but you can't touch Professor Lemes' rifleman. Professor Lemes doesn't like it. Don't touch his rifleman. No, the rifleman is surrounded by 2 wolves. Oh my god, Professor Lemes enraged. One rifleman goes down. Professor Lemes' army very hurt. Oh no, this fountain. Mr. Taeseok, sneaky. But no, this time justice. Justice, ladies and gentlemen. Creeps are neutral. They're as neutral as Mr. Neo. But level 2 is here. Chain lightning. Oh my god. Chain lightning went through. Ladies and gentlemen. After all, this is a decent early game, but Panda is not going to be able to creep quickly, because a lot of headhunters are dead. But Professor Lemes lost some rifles as well. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, slow down, breathe in, breathe out. Professor Lemes' paladin is so hurt. But he's not giving up. And level up is here. Are we going Aura, Professor? Yeah, Professor Lemes not scared. Aura is here. But it will give time Panda. Because of the lack of headhunters, Mr. Taeseok is creeping with assistance of his Farseer. But not for long. Hello, Mr. FIFA Sports. Professor Lemes is creeping as well. The lumber economy for Professor Lemes was fine. There was no that big of a harassment in the early game. So Professor Lemes can creep now very quickly. Big mana on the Panda, that's a good item, especially in the late game when Panda is level 3. But yes, Farseer needs to assist Orc with creeping. But ladies and gentlemen, when Professor will get level 3, Professor will just push. When you have decent early game, the push... Pay attention to your breathing, kochanie, thank you sir. Especially like during exercises or watching Warcraft. Ladies and gentlemen, my point was when Professor will get level 3, he's going to push. Well, Mr. Toxie, for Professor Lemes, that's a decent game. Orc lost some headhunters as well. Orc is hurt. This time we have Farseer level 3. We are not investing everything into the Panda. And Professor Lemes can shine like a diamond, even with losing 3 rifles. I saw Professor Lemes winning versus 2200 MMR Undead after losing 4 rifles and TP in the early game for literally nothing. But ladies and gentlemen, I would love to see Mr. Taeseok putting his name on the leaderboard. You know, on the scoreboard. But Professor Lemes, he wants to prove his point. Panda level 2 with Circlet. And those wolves are going to assist Panda creeping now. Let's go. But Professor Lemes is here. Professor Lemes is like, hello, I have a timing to realize, Mr. Orc. Don't mind your business. I see Panda level. Shadow Hunter. Ooh. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Taeseok doesn't believe anymore. He says, no, 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 Fire Lord can't work. Actually, he cancelled. He cancelled. Okay, maybe there was muscle memory. He changed his decision. Ladies and gentlemen, first Tauren is going out. Another one is queued. And we have Berserker form. Ladies and gentlemen, what's now? Are we going to fight? Banish on the Tauren. Keep eye on this Tauren. He's not going to do too much. Soulburn. Good engage by Mr. Taesiok. And you may say, Saul, where Lemes is running? And Mr. Lemes is like, hello, I'm the best kiter. But this holy light, the hammer was in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't want enraged Lemes. We don't want to see enraged Lemes, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you that. The Sorg is dead. Professor Lemes is changing the kiting direction. This game is open. This game is open. 2 Taurens are online. 2 Taurens are online, but Mr. Lemes is not stopping his aggression. Maybe he'll go tier 3. Yes, Professor Lemes realized that timing can't work, and Mr. Taesiok realized that Professor Lemes doesn't want to fight, so he'll try to force the fight. Typical orc, forcing the fight on poor Pala Rifle player. Professor Lemes is not going to leave his rifleman behind. The holy light in the air. Are those 2 players good? No, they are the best. Oh, beautiful. Pride in your ego. It's good. It's good, ladies and gentlemen. Those 2 players are amazing. Professor Lemes had to teleport out, but for a good reason. He's waiting for the tier 3 power spike. 2300 MMR. Professor Lemes, the human player, he won versus Soin on ladder today. And you may say, Soin, is this guy like played on Back to Warcraft series versus Labyrinth today? Yes, indeed. He played on Back to Warcraft in huge tournament organized by Mr. BBC. And Lemes was able to beat him. Oh, sorry for yelling a little bit. Sorry for yelling a little bit, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting excited. I'm getting enraged myself. Okay. Professor Lemes is creeping. Human Aura. I think it's the best item, right? You have Sorks. You have 2 mana-hungry heroes. I like the Human Aura for Professor Lemes. What the Orc got? The Clog of Flames. But ladies and gentlemen, the Panda. Panda is usually not in the middle, because Panda will spend the mana and pull back a little bit. Thank you for the follow, Last Vice. Supply is even. Professor Lemes is working on his tier 3. And Professor Lemes is like, hey creeps, you remember the early game, what you have done to me? I'm here to get my revenge. And the Orc, is he going to lame? Professor Lemes cancels the shop. Panda needs to be careful to not get too much mana burned. Professor Lemes is going back on foot. Professor Lemes has no TP. No TP. But Professor Lemes is very agile. He plays volleyball in real life. But ladies and gentlemen, even if you play volleyball in real life, you need to run faster. Professor Lemes' economy in shambles. I'm getting scared now. Breath of Fire. Professor Lemes has 2 workers left. This is a disaster. This is what orcs are doing. They are scared of fighting Professor Lemes and they lame him. They're like, we can't kite this guy, so we are just going to lame this guy. Professor Lemes took 1 Berserker as a revenge, but it's not good enough. And of course, the expansion is here. The laming. The laming. Salburn the Peasant. That was grand. Ladies and gentlemen, emotions are real for both players. It's not that easy to control. They know that viewers are watching. Killing innocent peasants. Yes, indeed. They are scared to fight Lemes, so they are going for the economy. Because Lemes is Pala Rifle. Yes, they are scared of Pala Rifle, but Lemes is Pala Rifle. Paladin, Salt Intelligence, bot will buy a TP. And Lemes knows. And Lemes knows about expansion. But we have 3 towers, ladies and gentlemen. Invul on the Blood Mage. Look at this sheep. And he again pulled his Tauren with Orb of Lightning. He's dispelling his Taurens with Orb of Lightning. Don't proc. Don't proc. Don't proc. Okay, proc now, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, the polymorph duration is 60 seconds, so it's still probably worth it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I have never seen this Mr. Taeseok with open mind, with creative ideas, and Mr. Taeseok has supply lead. But Professor Lemes is starting his kiting dance. Breath of Fire used. Do we have a heal scroll? No heal scroll, Professor Lemes. He has the Archmage aura. Professor Lemes is going to kill the Tauren. Tauren is dead. Blood Mage needs to survive. Okay, Professor Lemes is going to connect into Headhunters, but I'm a little bit afraid about Professor Lemes' supply. Man, early game was so good for Lemes, but this fountain will be remembered in Polish Rifle University as a place where grand disaster. Then what grand disaster happened? MK can bolt in 1 second. Bolt! Professor Lemes is not bolting. Professor Lemes is losing his Sorks. Okay, 2 Sorks are alive. Early game was good until the fountain fiasco. But man, Taeseok was red HP running back. Professor Lemes dominating early. Speaking of Professor Lemes, can he even deal some damage here? And yes, that late game was terrible. The laming was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking laming. And look at this orb. Look at this nasty orb. It's like Pocket Raider. Pocket Raider. Who makes raiders when you have orb? There is no even body. Professor Lemes didn't teleport with entire army. Where is the Blood Mage? No, and GG is called. Ay, 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 Grande Madonna. Professor Lemes, human after all. He was behind anyway and with teleporting half army. Nakura 5. The fountain. Okay, Lemes wasn't stopped by the orc strategy. Lemes was stopped by creeps. Creeps stopped him. Okay. Professor Lemes' map is Northern Isles. Use Central Pink Equalizer. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Breathe in, breathe out. It's not an extermination. It's not declassation. Professor Lemes lost a map. But it was very unfortunate. Makrura. Okay, Makrura. Game name, Makrura 10. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm an observer. I'm an observer. Whoa! I sent the game name to the... Oh no! 20,000 ping! EU East 5. Yeah, I'm going. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, players are ready. They say go. Let's not wait any longer. Sorry for not talking much in this moment, but I'm a tournament organizer. Haha. And Mr. Random Gamer, thank you again, is a tournament sponsor. And it's Lemes versus Taeseok. Ladies and gentlemen, let me update the score. It's 1 for Taeseok, 2 for Lemes. Lemes, ladies and gentlemen. The ping is fine. The ping is fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Professor Lemes from Poland and Mr. Taeseok from Latvia, if I remember correctly. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Professor Lemes' favorite map. I can feel the aggression. Mr. Kolos, we need to make at the Raraland, if of course Raraland number 4 is going to happen, you know, soon, hopefully, I'm going to attend. And Mr. Sir Saburo already said Saul, if you are going to Raraland. Lithuania, yeah, probably. Sorry, Mr. Tasiok, sorry. We need to make a photo shoot, Mr. Kolos versus Lemes in this boxing position. And Mr. Kolos, you need to look scared, like... And Lemes will be like, oh, enrage Lemes! That's what I'm doing to orcs. That's my idea for the photo shoot, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we need to promote Makrura Cups. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the same stuff, I think. Of course, the devil is in the details. Both players. Blade Master. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this map is pretty good for Blade Master Mirror Image. And you know, Mr. Toxi, I saw you talking with Mr. Tasiok about these high-level strategies, high-level ideas, you know, 200 IQ, big galaxy brain ideas. And I was just in the corner saying from time to time, Tasiok, Blade Master Mirror Image. Tasiok, but try Blade Master Mirror Image. It's good. And he was like, But ladies and gentlemen, he's going to try it, and he's going to creep. And this is a good map for Blade Master Mirror Image. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we are going to see. There's a lot of small bait. He's his own man. Maybe he saw that Lebes lost versus Tetster today. So he's going to give this strategy a try. Professor Lemes is in shock. Professor Lemes is like, where is this orc? All of viewers of this channel have a galaxy brain. Thank you for the compliment. Yes, indeed, the SaulPlayerMan TV community is very cool. Thank you, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Carson, amazing caster, amazing streamer, he said that the hardest part of playing Blade Master Mirror Image is to not get damage on your Blade Master. And ladies and gentlemen, look at this Blade Master is almost full HP, it can creep very quickly. Professor Lemes, this is his map, he likes to creep this camp with the militia to get level 2. Hello Mr. Gibini, hello Mr. Last Vice again, hello Mr. Mitos TV, and Mr. Yurko again, welcome. Are we going to buy Boots of Speed? No, just the circlet. Mr. Tasiok is investing a lot into his Blade Master. And you may say, Saul, why Blade Master is good versus Pala Rifle? Because, hello Mr. Soyman, nice to see you. Yeah, very good map for Mirror Image, I do agree, a lot of permanent items. Let me explain you. When Blood Mage is going to drain your mana, you can split, okay? And you will stop the drain. When you use Mirror Image and you have two illusions, Blood Mage needs to guess which illusion is right. Of course, you can observe the HP, because the illusions are losing HP faster. But it's not that easy, it takes time, okay? Second part is that if Lemes is going to banish your Blade Master to, stop the damage, Blade Master can split and dispel banish, which is very good. And two more things, you have Hex on Shadow Hunter that can stop the Siphon, or you can Hex Paladin to kill the Blood Mage. And last but not least, Stomp. This is Stomp. Ladies and gentlemen, Lemes is level 2, and this is level 3 Blade Master, ladies and gentlemen. I think Professor Lemes is not going to win this fight. I think Mr. Tasiok is going to force the TP. Professor Lemes is finishing the camp. Proxy, speed scroll used to micro the headhunters, but ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes is lagging. Mr. Tasiok, show me this beautiful micro. Show me these body blocks. When I play Mirror Image, it's extremely hard for me to make sure that my real Blade Master is attacking and that he's not being blocked by other illusions. Mr. Tasiok, tell me, show me that you can do it much better than I can. Another Holy Light used! Professor Lemes has a mana potion, but this illusion is still being annoying. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tasiok is going tier 3. He's going tier 3. They're going to meet in the middle. Boots of Speed acquired. TP sold. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Well, Mr. Don Delore, we need more data. And yes, as we can see, Orc is going to pull back. We need Shadow Hunter. Maybe he's going to be Fire Lord. Who knows? I'm open for new strategies. Professor Lemes was slowed down, okay? And is going to be consumable. we are suffering from success. He's going to buy Firelord because he has full inventory. Books of the Dead. Okay, this Firelord is here because of the full inventory. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are exchanging some items. Mr. Taesiok is going tier 3. What Professor Lemes is going to do versus Blade Master Mirror Image? I know what Blade Master Mirror Image player is going to do. He's going to creep, creep, creep. Creep, creep, creep. Creep, creep, creep. That's the idea. That's the idea. Ladies and gentlemen. What is this? Okay, okay. Calling Mr. Toxie. Mr. Toxie, what is this? I don't understand. What is this? Where is the siphon stopping technology? Why we have this summon? Okay, Book of GG used. The item. Okay. 500 IQ. It's a little bit too much. Okay, split. Level 2 is... Are we playing Soulburn? We are fighting before tier 3! This Blade Master has full inventory, bro! Paladin Aura. It's a lot of summons. Professor Lemes did not know which one Blade Master is which. Mr. Taesiok, don't get yourself surrounded! Okay, oh, Professor Lemes is draining the wrong illusion. This army is in shambles. Pala Rifle Mirror now. Aura versus Aura. This is true. Okay, one Kodobis on the way. Shadow Hunter on the way. He's not playing Soulburn? He's not playing Soulburn. But still. Is Professor Lemes going tier 3 already? No. This push is not going to finish Lemes. That's for sure. Berserk. No. Don't lose your Bladey. Your Blade Master, Mr. Taesiok. Another Holy Light Forced. And remember, Orc has a future. Orc has the late game. Orc will have Grande Blade Master. Stop command is a little bit too high level for me, Mr. Sushi Core. So Mr. Sushi Core said that stop command, that he's like not moving his illusions in particular way in order to like hide which one is which. That's interesting. Yes, it's Makrua Cup, ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by Mr. Random But Gamer, organized by SaulPlayerMan. And thank you, Mr. Taesiok Lemes, for accepting the invite. And thank you, Mr. Glerent Valdis later, for hopefully having a nice best of 3. 2 Polish legends, ladies and gentlemen. The Blade Master is a little bit out of position. Professor Lemes is draining the wrong one again. Professor Lemes is going tier 3. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Blade Master Mirror Image. Shadow Hunter, Hex. No heal, just Hex. Ladies and gentlemen, Paladin has no Divine Shield. Paladin can be weak. And look at this Blade Master go. Split! Split! Maybe he can't. Okay, he's splitting now. Kodo wants to snack. That's tasty. But look at this. Okay, no expansion. Mr. Toxie, that's shaky. That's shaky. Fighting here is just hard build to counter, you know. Blade Master Mirror Image. By the way, Hitman won versus Infi with Blade Master Mirror Image when Infi was playing Standard. Grande Hitman. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Slowly. Professor Lemes has the vision here. Ring of Regen is here. Hex. Okay, he's going for the kill. Taesiok is going for the kill. Paladin with very limited mana. Headhunters are dying, but what about the Blood Mage? Blood Mage can be killed, I think. There is no invul or nothing. Professor Lemes bringing militia. But no, the Blood Mage! The Blood Mage! Professor Lemes loses his engine. Professor Lemes is like a tank now, without a fuel. Where is the fuel, bro? Supply is even, but Blade Master Mirror Image is grande. Blade Master Mirror Image is scaling late game. Look at this orb go. GG's called 2-2. Professor Doctor. Gentleman. Taesyuk. Blade Master Mirror Image. Best of 7. Best of 7. There is grid. There is grid command. Again, game name Makrura 11. Okay, it's a loser map for Lemes, so it's going to be Shallow Grave. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if somebody is watching and not following the Twitch channel, please consider following the Twitch channel. If somebody is watching and not following my YouTube, please consider following the YouTube. I also have the server. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Olf Zukowski. Lemes says go. And what about the orc, Mr. Taesyuk? He says go. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 4 or 5. The score is 2-2. The score is 2-2. This is not best of 5, this is best of 7. You need to win 4 games. So 2 more. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the easiest score change ever because the player positions are not going to change. It's 2-2. Well, I was sanctioned. Sorry, Mr. Toxie. Sorry, Mr. Toxie. I will send you a replay. I will send you a replay. Mr. Toxie. Okay, it's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, what's now, Mr. Taesyuk? He has a grand question. He needs to ask ChatGPT. Not really. ChatGPT doesn't know much about Warcraft 3 yet, but he needs to, instead of looking at ChatGPT, he needs to take the mirror, but nobody has a mirror in 21st century. He needs to take his smartphone, put the selfie camera and look at himself in the selfie camera, and he needs to ask himself a question. Blade Master Mirror Image or Farseer Panda Firelord Headhunter Tauren? This is your question, Mr. Taesyuk. You had a nice game on Northern Isles, but Northern Isles is very Blade Master Mirror Image friendly. I don't even know if you can creep this camp with Blade Master Mirror Image Lightning Shield. I have no idea. And Professor Lemes has idea about playing Pala Rifle. Professor Lemes likes Shallow Grave probably for the potential of Lightning Shield creeping. And ladies and gentlemen, we have our answer. There is a Blade Master. Mr. Tedalius, the expert, the Blade Master Mirror Image expert, he says, Soul, you can creep this camp as a first camp, okay? For the viewers, you need to have 3 units close to each other, and then the Lightning Shield will be spawned if they go into the aggro range. The problem is usually if you don't have a spell or the range unit to attack, because you need to go in this formation into the aggro range, is very hard. Mr. Jinvar, you don't. If you are very skilled, you don't need the range unit. But I don't know how to do it. I mean, I know a little bit. You need to move them like slowly to the aggro range. But yes, it's probably quite risky to do. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Taesyuk says, I don't want to use the risky strategies. I'm just going to creep the turtle. And speaking about Lightning Shield creeping, Professor Lemes knows some things about that. Ladies and gentlemen, Pala Rifle player creeping faster than Orc Mirror Image. Look at this. Look at Professor. Cool as cucumber. Cool as cucumber, just creeping very efficiently. Not denying. Mr. Taesyuk got sentry wards. Terrible versus Pyro Rifle. You don't want to have sentry wards. Oh no. You want to have replenishment potion or wand of illusion to speed up the creeping. Speaking about fast creeping, Professor Lemes is ready. Professor Lemes will have a nice economy. And ladies and gentlemen, let's judge the Lightning Shield creepy. Is it going to be grand, the Lightning Shield creep? It takes forever! This is an AFK Blade Master. I hope it's going to work. Lightning Shield on the Headhunter. Fair enough. But it took some time and Blade Master is getting lower and lower. This is not looking too good for Mr. Taesyuk. I mean, he will be fine. He will have Don't Deny. Okay, Okay, good enough. But Professor Lemes will have level 3 faster than Blade Master Mirror Image player. Remember, on Northern Isles, Professor Lemes had level 2 versus level 3 Blade Master, and he couldn't fight too much into the Orc base. The score is 2-2. This is a grande score. Makrura Cup. Professor Lemes saving his units on red HP because Professor Lemes knows his level 3 creep roads. Look at this grande micro. Look at this. 3 red HP peasants saved and this holy light with the full value. Ladies and gentlemen, if Lemes would be in real life somebody that manages your money, I would hire Lemes for this job, and Mr. Taesiok with big invul, but Mr. Taesiok with very hurt Blade Master. He will heal now, but it takes time. It takes time. And Professor Lemes is going to attack, I think. Mr. Taesiok is going to buy some items. He will sell Sentry Ward, sell the TP, buy Circlet. Professor Lemes is just creeping. Professor Lemes is not going to make the same mistake to just push versus Orc. He's like, okay, it's probably still Blade Master Mirror Image. I'm going to creep. When Lemes takes off a shirt, so it's like Grande Lemes. Yes, Mr. Kevin, you read me like an open book. Okay. We are in the middle now. Are we going to play Firelord for the Grande Creepjack? Firelord for the Grande Creepjack. You can even consider Naga if you want to be Omega aggressive. Let's see what Mr. Taesiok is going to do. Professor Lemes with the big healing. Hello, Mr. Pato. No! 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 Okay, yes. Yes, no, I don't know who is winning. Hello, Mr. Money. Happy is for Neo. Everybody needs to have their Neo, their happy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are we laming? We don't have a TP. It's still this lava spawn. Okay, so he wants to creep with it. The lack of soul burn was not a mistake. He just wants to creep his Firelord, but even creeping, is it creeping Firelord even good? I prefer to have Blade Master level 4, and let me tell you, Blade Master is very fast as clipping. And ladies and gentlemen, this harassment is not grande. We need to kill the Paladin, I think. But he has a healing stone. I don't know it. I don't like this Mr. Taesiok. He has to use invul. And Professor Lemes is stalking him. Hey, we have level 2 with Ankh. But this entire strategy, we need healthy, strong Blade Master. And Blade Master can creep solo this camp at the same time as this entire army. Saul is a far bigger fanboy of Lemes than Neo ever will be of Happy. They are not even in the same universe. Ladies and gentlemen, that's true. Blade Master is trying to buy time. Yeah, but it's not that good. And look at this baby Blade Master. It should be full HP Blade Master ready for the fight. And he's getting suction now. Professor Lemes will win this game. Mark my words. Where's Professor Narbu, champion of Poland? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We need to have Lemes versus Narbu sometime. Ladies and gentlemen, the score is even. Welcome to Makrura Cup. If you want to read about Makrura Cup, the link is in the chat. It's grid, sponsored by Random Bet Gamer. Bad, not bad gamer. Even though he's not that bad, actually. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the big fight is here. But the Berserkers are not online. The Lemes is making the shop. Lemes is just pushing. Lemes is just pushing, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's go. What's now? Taesiok says GG. Harassing with Blade Master, in my opinion, wasn't the best idea ever. Ladies and gentlemen, match point for Lemes. Mr. Toxi, if you want to join Makrura 12, anybody else that I know from the Twitch chat, you can join. Okay, last loser map for Taesio. Last loser map for Teisho is Echo Isles. And Makura 12. Game name. Mar Krura. No, it's Mark. Mark Kura 12. Sorry. It's Mark Kura. Okay. Sorry. Professor Lemes is enraged, but not on his opponent. He's enraged on me. Okay, that's a different game name, Mr. Taeseok. Mark Ura. Okay, typos can happen. Okay, Mr. Taeseok is here. EU is 5, pink equalizer. Professor Lemes is ready. Mr. Taeseok, I'm going to start soon, Mr. Toxin. Lemes says go. We are waiting for Mr. Taeseok. This is a game point. Okay. Both. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Lemes won. It's 3-2 for Lemes. Match point. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Breathe in, breathe out. This is a very good laming map. So if I would be a coach of Mr. Taeseok, I would suggest laming. But maybe it's a good map for Blade Master Mirror Image as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the time will tell. Welcome to the game number 6 of Lemes versus Taeseok best of 7. Yes, indeed. So far, there is a lot of emotions. Okay, Lemes won easily. 2 maps, then Secret Valley. Problem. The creeps awaken and killed Lemes. Later, Blade Master on Mirror Image on Northern Isles was quite strong. And ladies and gentlemen, this is an important map. Are we playing Blade Master Mirror Image? It's a good map for Blade Master Mirror Image, a lot of permanent items. But maybe Mr. Taeseok doesn't feel confident enough to do so. By the way, with Blade Master Mirror Image, you usually play Grand Opener. And it's going to be Farseer. Okay. Mr. Taeseok is probably like... Let me tell you guys. Northern Isles just good for Blade Master Mirror Image. Eco Isles not as good. I will play Farseer. This is a laming map. Let's see what is happen. And Professor Lemes. It's not like Pala Rifle is simple. But Pala Rifle is a reactive race. Okay? You play your Paladin, you play your rifles, and then you decide. Are you going to play more rifles? Are you going to get Arcane Sanctum? Are you going to get Workshop? Maybe Dragon Hawks versus potential Wyvern Lame? Or you go tier 3 for MK and the Knight? Yes, Mr. Pato already... Cool to hear a very experienced Night Elf veteran in the Twitch chat agreeing with me that yes, indeed, Pala Rifle is a really complex, reactive race. Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, now I believe into it. This is not just a joke. But Pato, Mr. Pato, you know what happened to Toxie? Mr. Pato was going through the Night Elf forest, going to use the Moonwell, I'm not going for what, and he used to meet Toxie on the way to the Moonwell, but now there is no Toxie. Where is the Toxie? And Toxie is not using the Moonwell anymore, he's using a civilized toilet in Polish Rifle University. And Mr. Soima, you are welcome as well. Hello, Mr. Arthur. Ladies and gentlemen, the harass continues. Professor Lemes, are you ready for this Farseer harassment? Let's go. 2 rifles are ready. Professor Lemes pulling some militia. Headhunters. Beautiful. The exchange happens here. Okay. Mr. Taeseok, are you ready to damage Lemes? Or Lemes can't be touched by somebody below Starbuck. Only Starbuck can out-micro Lemes in the early game. What means laming? Hello, Mr. TMDNA. Laming is you attack the economy, not the army. So, For example, those wolves are laming a little bit, right? That could be used to attack the rifles or the paladin, but they want to attack those innocent peasants, and that was a good decision. Laming can work well, as we can see. And of course, with bigger armies, you have stronger laming. You just run away from the opponent army to the economy. Wolves eating farmers indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, you have Zeppelin laming, so you use Zeppelin to load the laming army here, attack the economy. When TP happens, you pull back the Zeppelin. There is a lot of lames, ladies and gentlemen, in Warcraft. But ladies and gentlemen, also the headhunters are bruised again. Still, early game of Mr. Taesiog, a little bit shaky. A little bit shaky. Professor Lemes is satisfied. Professor Lemes is happy about the early game outcome. His rifles are alive and well. They have a happy life, even though the orc is trying to make them miserable. Another wolf being sent. But Arcane Tower will help versus lames. Mr. Taesiog, I'm afraid you need to go back. Or maybe the Lemes will make a mistake and he will take too much damage on his beautiful paladin. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Taesiog will have the upper hand just for the moment, but Professor Lemes is not scared. Professor Lemes is finishing +1. He's making another rifleman. But slowly but surely, the HP on Pala-Rifle player unit is getting lower and lower. But Professor Lemes, cool as a cucumber. Maybe not. Militia is dying. Professor Lemes doesn't see. Doesn't see. Ay, ay, ay. Mamma mia. Okay. But remember, both players have red HP units. Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain. Panda doesn't work. Or maybe it's going to be Tauren Chieftain, but for lames. Okay? With Tauren Chieftain. Why Tauren Chieftain is good for laming? No, the Headhunter! No! You know the Pala-Rifle prophecy? You know the Pala-Rifle prophecy? If you lose a rifleman in the early game, it's over. Yes, Mr. Dondelore, it's the message for you. Because Pala-Rifle is so hard, so complex in the late game to execute on high level, that if you lose one rifleman, you lost already. Ladies and gentlemen, I take it back what I said. The Pala-Rifle player, Mr. Lemes, had decent early, but this mid-game wasn't that great. Okay. Now, the middle camp will go to the orc. Tauren, where are you? Tauren is shopping. It's like me in Dortmund when I had to buy phone charger and power bank. But this is another story. I was shopping in Dortmund. TC, speedy delivery. Tier 3. Okay, it's not laming. It's fighting army. It's fighting army. But is it enough? We'll see about that. The plus of having the Tauren Chieftain is you have aura. Even if your Tauren is without the mana because of this nasty, nasty Blood Mage, you still have a beautiful, beautiful aura to boost your Headhunters. Or Berserkers, rather, because they are going to be changed into the Berserkers. It was 15 euro, but let's not go into it. This 15 euro could go into the Makrura Cup budget. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, slowly. Dondalare. Mr. Dondalore. Ladies and gentlemen. SaulApeman can't read. SaulApeman can't use sophisticated English words. Have some patience. Ladies and gentlemen, level 2 Paladin is here. It's not level 3 Paladin. We need level 3. We need Tauren level 3 as well. Pendant of Mana is the best. Cloves +8. Not grand. Where are our Berserkers? Where are they? We need some time. Professor Lemes! Okay, good point, Mr. Reikyu. Paladin rifle, we don't like damage dealing items, okay? Because The Blood Mage is busy transferring mana in and out, in and out, in and out. So Blood Mage is not attacking. You can give Blood Mage 6 times gloves plus 12. And maybe then Blood Mage will attack instead of draining mana. But we don't want to have gloves on Blood Mage. And Paladin is not even though it's a melee hero, it's easy to kill and we keep Paladin behind, right? So because of that, we don't like damage dealing items. Ladies and gentlemen, TC has level 3. Speed scroll away. Bye-bye. Okay, are we going to lame? Farseer is in a laming shape. TC was able to escape. Okay. Professor Lemes' base is being lamed, but a little bit. The wolves are blocking peasants. I don't know if it's planned or not. It's just a pure line right click. One more hit, and one peasant is dead. Now Professor Lemes sold the gloves. He's like, guys, it's a wrong size. I don't like them. And ladies and gentlemen, Orc is fighting. I think Orc is fighting Shadow Hunter. So the classic composition. Okay, Mr. Taesiok, he saw that Lemes is going for tier 3 and Mr. Taesiok is going to fight. There is this Polish... Okay, but it's a fake fight. There is expansion behind. And Professor Lemes doesn't know. You know this song Scotty doesn't know? It's Lemes doesn't know. Shockwave, no stomp. Okay. Auren in the middle, grant the micro, but Mr. Taesiok hex on the Blood Mage and oosh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a little bit afraid for Professor Lemes, but I probably shouldn't be. Heal scroll used. Tauren connecting only to one rifleman. TC without mana, but again, Aura is here. Another hex to stop the siphon. This TC, Tauren I mean, you need to go to the rifle. Speaking of the Taurens, this one is real. Tauren Chieftain, the boss. And I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, that Lemes is just winning this. Teleport used. Supply favors Lemes, but this hidden expansion... Hidden expansion is going slowly online. Exchanges... decent. But tier 3 is almost ready for Lemes. Rifle complex late game, very. Thank you for agreeing, Mr. Holly. Very complex. You need to add MK, right? You need to use polymorph. You need to, for example, now Professor Lemes slow down the creeps. And he shouldn't. Hello, Mr. Mrom. Never be afraid of Palarifle winning or whining. Palarifle never whines. Okay, Palarifle is just looking for better solutions. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we still have Scroll of the Beast. TP acquired. Shadow Hunter not going to is not on level 2 yet. PC not on level 4. There are going to be some grand level ups. Level 1 banish 12 seconds, Mr. Kolos, if I remember correctly. In the Warcraft 3, it's forever. 12 seconds is forever. The Shockwave not juicy. Mana. Professor Lemes is starting his kiting. Banish on the Hexed Seal. Only on Makrura Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Taesiok is fighting. But remember, he's not fighting for real yet. Because he has this freaking expansion going. But Professor Lemes has MK on the way. Professor Lemes is going to pull Militia. I think Mr. Taesiok, you need to run soon. Professor Lemes is kiting. Mr. Taesiok is trying to kill the shop. No more mana on the Tauren. Taurens are getting lower and lower. Mr. Taesiok is trying to connect into the Sorks. And the first Tauren will die. The first Berserker will die, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Taesiok, I think you are overstaying here. Okay, the speed scroll. He's not like me. He's good. He's good. But is he good enough? Lemes with supply advantage. TP used. And can the Tauren survive? Yes, he can. And this expansion is operational. This game is still open. This game is still open. But Lemes has tier 3. Lemes has tier 3 and Orc has an expansion. The game is open. Scroll of the Beast used. Orb of Lightning. Double. We are going to have double Orb of Lightning. And Professor Lemes, as usual, enraged. Professor Lemes knows about potential expansion. And let me tell you, Mr. Taeseok, you need to react quickly. Professor Lemes. Slowly. Slowly, slowly. Lemes with the shop control. Bot scrolls healing. Taeseok is waiting, he's buying berserkers, he wants every single unit he can have before the big fight. Samsu 8 supply lead for the orc. There is a silence before storm, ladies and gentlemen. Speed scroll, is it going to be the end of Makura Cup? Number 2, high MMR game. Of course, there is one more game coming. Professor Lemes with the bolt. He wants to remove the Tauren. No shockwave. No shockwave. Professor Lemes, grant the kiting, but those Taurens, they have amazing position. Hex, double banish on 2 Taurens. Ladies and gentlemen, the mana is getting lower and lower. But ladies and gentlemen, 3 Taurens on banish, that was extremely expensive. 1 Tauren is dead. Still, supply lead for the orc. And Lemes has no more mana. Is Lemes going to expand on the top? Not really. Lemes is just checking out. There is TP on the human. Yes, sorry, the inventory is sometimes bugged. It's a blizzard. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Fight continues. Professor Lemes, maybe this expansion is running for too long. Slow. Used. No panda. Just Tauren. The aura is important. Aura stops what Lemes can do best. The kiting. With aura, kiting is harder. And Professor Lemes shines with kiting. 11 supply lead for the orc. He has those freaking Taurens. Professor Lemes can't make the Gryphons yet. He doesn't have enough economy. Last Holy Light on the MK. Professor Lemes kiting intensifies, but mana is very low. The Blood Mage will survive. Blood Mage can hex himself, banish himself if necessary. But this is a grand economical situation for the orc. 61 supply versus 50. Professor Lemes, can we get some hidden technology switch? What we can do, Professor? Of course, Scroll of the Region does a start. But ladies and gentlemen, are they going to give us the full best of 7 again? Makura Cup will be remembered as a best of 7 printing machine. As a neutral caster, Mr. Valdis, I'm the organizer and I'm watching a lot of Polish football, so you know your answer. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. And Polish boxing as well. Never stage, never ever, never. Always Polish guy is winning versus somebody from abroad in boxing. Yes, yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's focus on the Warcraft here. Professor Lemes is going to buy some items from the store. And he's going to try to kill expansion of the orc. But, ladies and gentlemen, what can orc do about this? Are you going to teleport back, Mr. Taeseok? Mr. Taeseok has no TP. How fragile is the human army? A human base, we'll see about that. No more mana on the Tauren Chieftain. This Arcane Tower has some heavy lifting to do. Professor Lemes is going to trade expansions? Is it a big is it the biggest mistake in Mr. Taeseok run in this game? We'll see about that. Professor Lemes lost a lot of workers as well, but Lemes will teleport back. And Lemes needs to hold to have a chance. But can he kill the expansion? We'll see about that. Taeseok doesn't know what to do. He's like, should I fight this? Should I pull back? I don't know. Mr. Taeseok has operational base. And Lemes has no more workers. Lemes is teleporting. Mr. Taeseok is going to reposition himself. He's not going to rush this. 65 supply orc versus 47 supply Lemes. Lemes is the Pally Rifle. Speed scroll used. No mana on the Tauren. There is mana potion. Look at this beautiful shockwave. Connects with everything. Lemes is kiting back. Ladies and gentlemen, supply never lie. But maybe Professor Lemes can prove again that he can't be treated as a normal player. He's the Pala Rifle. He can kite. He can win impossible games. And the kiting is what is happening here. MK. Blood match. Be careful, blood match. Be careful. Banish. Level 2 MK. That's important. Professor Lemes is broke. He's not getting too much mana, and those Taurens are connecting, but supply is dropping for the Orc, but HP is dropping on the Lemes units as well. It means they are going to die soon. Professor Lemes saved a lot of units on red HP. Professor Lemes is fighting for his life. Orc is remaking expansion, by the way, on the bottom left. So still, Mr. Taesiok, he doesn't have to finish this game now, but he's trying to. Supply is even! Supply is even! I repeat! The supply is even! Professor Lemes with the bolt potential! Taesiok is running back! Supply is even! He's scared of mighty Lemes! I'm speechless. I'm speechless, ladies and gentlemen. Lemes is making peasants, okay?
A player's forces are under attack.
Oi, 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 oi. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, oi, oi. Ay, 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 ay. Unfortunately, I'm the admin of this game. Supply was even. Supply was even. Okay, so I'm the admin. Do you agree on regame? Or I should make a decision? Okay, I'm talking with the players, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, no problem. No problem, game name Mac Rura 20. Both players said regame. Ladies and gentlemen, both players say regame. They say, Saul, we know that you are the admin. We know that you are not that... we know that you are like... you can stress yourself. There is no need to stress. It's a still, we are playing for fame. We are playing for victory. But, ladies and gentlemen, these things can happen and no bad blood. Both players says regame, ladies and gentlemen. Makura 20. Mr. Taesiok is taking a little bit longer to fix the game, and let's read the chat. Hello, Mr. Cousin Jobas. Hello, Mr. Duplicos. Hello, Mr. Awkward Silence. Hello, Mr. Plastic Stone. Hello, Mr. Genie Bog. Hello, Mr. Cario. Hello, Mr. Duont, and the server. The server EU East 5. Will be fine in the game. Maybe no pink equalizer. Go like this. Okay. Okay, go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the regame of game number 6. I think Taesiok was... Okay, but Lemes was tier 3 as well. Lemes was tier 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we can regame. If Mr. Taesiok will type now, guys, the ping is still back, give me like 5 minutes to like restart the router or something. Even though usually restarting the router won't help. Still, you know, if he just says that it's bad, because he said in the lobby that it's going to be fine in game, probably. So that's why we started, okay? We are not going to force Mr. Taesiok to play on a high ping. I thought Taesiok rage quit. No. There is no rage quitting. Mr. Arthur, I met Mr. Taesiok in real life. He's the last person to rage quit, I think. So cool, so nice, so smart, so polite. But also a confident player. It wasn't over. It wasn't over. Lemes from 15 supply being behind made it equal supply. But ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy some Warcraft. Regames can happen. Both players are amazing to just agree to the regame. Supply was actually even. So we we skipped the SaulApeman making a decision, okay? It would be my first decision as the admin of a tournament to make one player hate me forever and half of the Twitch chat hating me forever. Instead of, ladies and gentlemen, the sportsmanship, the fair play by both players, ladies and gentlemen, that's the regame. Okay, all sanctioned referee. Pala Rifle is here. Early game was good for Lemes, but at the end of the early game, when Mr. Taesiok was kiting, he got the upper hand for a moment, then he crept the middle. That was quite good. It was TC Shadow Hunter, no Panda Firelord. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that ping for Mr. Taesiok is fine. That's a big Warcraft. Big Warcraft, ladies and gentlemen. That's a big, grande Warcraft. Okay. What is going to happen now? We have Ali Rifle with ooh! Professor Lemes is changing a little bit. This tower is early. He's already upgrading it. Okay. Maybe Professor Lemes wants to test some stuff a little bit. By the way, if somebody wants to play in Back to Warcraft Weekly Cup, I think they still have the opening to Back to Warcraft Weekly Cup. I'm going to host Back to Warcraft after this tournament. Of course, we have one more series, Amazing Best of 3. I'm excited for it, but you know, if you want to play, don't forget to sign up. More information on Back to Warcraft Discord, I presume. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes is patient. Professor Lemes is even splitting his rifles into two different chambers. One rifleman is taking care of the bottom of the base and the other one of the top. When you play Arcane Tower before tech, your tech is going to be late. But maybe on Eco Isles it's actually worth it. And ladies and gentlemen, look at this Arcane Tower. This Arcane Tower is already here, but Professor Lemes was too late to move the militia. And those wolves are pretty oppressive. Anyway. Again, Mr. Random Bet Gamer, thank you for sponsoring this event. So far, so good. One worker dead. Professor Lemes was forced to make the tower. I mean, the tech doesn't look that bad, but I didn't pay exact attention. Hard for me to judge. Looks standard to me. And ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes is still trying to creep under pressure. Those wolves are dying. Professor Lemes is getting the first experience. +1 agility, not that great. And Lumber on Lemes is low, ladies and gentlemen. Tower, militia, one worker dead. The lumber values are small. Orc is pulling back, but I don't know is he pulling back for good or not. Maybe he's trying to do the creep jack. I think that's the idea. He knows that Professor Lemes would like to creep the orc, and it's not enough for level 2. And another ensnare. Professor Lemes enraged. Professor Lemes ensnared. Ensnared Professor Lemes. But it's not going to be too deadly. But again, the lumber is getting lower and lower. Because of the militia. Professor Lemes is making +1. At least we have that. So the lumber is not that low after all. 150 is here. Yes, please follow the channel if you are not following. Thank you, Mr. Kolos. Yes. If you not sub, yes, thank you, Mr. Oh, Mr. Awkward Silence with the sub. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I follow my example. Now I understand. All good, guys. All good. Thank you, Mr. Random Bet Gamer. And in this game, we are not going back to the TC. We are playing the Panda, okay? And Mr. Taesiok changed his mind a little bit. And Mr. Awkward Silence wasn't joking. Thank you for supporting the 8-man. Makura for you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, hard fight in the middle. Professor Lemes with Dead Rifleman. Professor Lemes with Dead Rifleman. Panda with the Breath of Fire. And the big item, the juicy item, will probably go to the Orc. Breath of Fire used. Okay, the item is still open. Another ensnare. Okay, Professor Lemes maybe a little bit enraged. He's losing rifles. He's losing this fight in the middle. The item is still there. The Breath of Fire. Professor Lemes in shambles. Professor Lemes in shambles! Ay, 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 ladies and gentlemen, this is such a bad... And if Mr. Dondaloro is here, please buff Pala Rifle. I think Mr. Dondaloro is already thinking about this. He sees how many players love Pala Rifle. So he'll definitely thinking about this. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bloodmage, the Paladin! Ay, 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 ay. This escalated quickly. This escalated quickly. Bloodmage is out, but Mr. Taesiok is not taking any prisoners. And this Bloodmage is dead. There is going to be Q in the human altar. Oosh! Taesiok didn't click the TP on time. Professor Lemes, strike the panda! Professor Lemes is going to try to surround the panda! Professor Lemes has no heroes! Professor Lemes is clicking! I can hear the clicking! Here in Krosno from Poznan is like 500 kilometers. Paladin, come back! Paladin! Come back! From the altar! I beg you! Ay, 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 ay. One moment! This item! Professor Lemes was blinded by the item! Ay, 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 ay. The DC makes Lemes enraged. The game was open. The games of open. Mr. Toxi said maybe even Mr. Taesiok favor. So it wasn't like a pure steal. It was a very nice showmanship, just regame. Professor Lemes is trying, man. Professor Lemes is trying. Hey, what's now? Professor Lemes, finally, with his Paladin out. Bloodmage is out. Panda, it's not creeping that much. Tiny Great Hole. Okay, if Professor Lemes is going to get level 3 quickly, and maybe push Taesiok expansion, it should be fine. Lemes with very fast reaction, level 3 is here. Clavs plus 8, that's not what Pala Rifle player want. We don't want damage. We need other items. Tiny Great Hole feels like cheating. Professor Lemes with Rifle Caster. Rifle Caster technology is here. Thank you again, Mr. Orquid Silence, for the sub. Grande Macrura. Thank you guys for watching. The Macrura Cup number 2 brought to you by Random Med Gamer. Okay, Panda has level 3. So far, we can't afford the next hero. Maybe now. Mr. Taesiok is making Berserker. Troll Berserker will be online soon. He will probably add Shadow Hunter or Mr. Kozak, I have more viewers than Back to Warcraft because Back to Warcraft hosted me. I will never have more viewers in the natural way. Mark my words. But I'm very happy to be smaller streamer. For real. It's a very nice community. And thank you, Mr. Random Bat Gamer, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, Lemes realized this, that he's going to push. Okay, Lemes realized this. And he's pushing the expansion. This is the moment. Firelord is here. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Lemes needs to micro. He needs to show the best micro that he can have. We are kiting. Panda. Panda is losing mana slowly, but the Firelord, of course, is going to stop the suction. No heals from Professor Lemes. He lost a lot of gold when he had to remake his heroes. Another soul burn on the Bloodmage. But Professor Lemes is kiting. Professor Lemes is kiting. I repeat. Houston, do you hear me? Soul, do we have a problem? No, we have the kiting. Why he's teleporting? Was it a misclick? Why did he teleport? Maybe to buy mana. I think he teleported to buy mana, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's the idea. To teleport to buy mana because he knows that Lemes can't kill his expo in time. I think Professor Lemes is back in the game. Professor Lemes is back. And he has the shop operational. His Bloodmage will survive or maybe not. Soul burn on the Bloodmage. Okay, Professor Lemes with the shop technologies. The fight will continue. Supply favors the orc, of course. Dirty orcs. But Panda has no mana anymore. And Professor Lemes is grande. Chain Lightning used by the Farseer, and yes, say bye-bye to your mana. Ladies and gentlemen, I now announce that Orc has no more mana, and mana belongs to Pali Rifle. But Pala Rifle is bleeding the supply. Even though Professor Lemes is kiting hard, we still need some supply to kill those Taurens. Professor Lemes is on tier 2. Professor Lemes is fighting heavily. Tier 2 Lemes versus tier 3 Orc. But Pala Rifles with Sorks, that are quite good counter. Kill it! Oh yes, experience to Lemes, that are quite good counter to the Taurens, believe it or not. Slow Taurens can be kited back. Speaking of the kiting, Professor Lemes is getting ready for another dose of kiting. And what's now, ladies and gentlemen? Holy Light used. Fight is close, but 18 supply lead for the Orc, but Professor Lemes is not going to stop, but there is no level up that is going to help Professor, so I think that he can't break the Orc economy, and without breaking this expansion, Professor Lemes will get more and more behind. Mana is done, rifles are dying. Ladies and gentlemen, it's still a miracle that Professor Lemes was able to go back into this game, into the distance. He went into the distance even though he lost Paladin in the early game. He showed the fighting spirit, but ladies and gentlemen, we had a disconnect. And now Mr. Taesiok went back to this game. But remember, if Lemes is going to lose, the last game of the tournament is going to be played on Professor Lemes' map. It's going to be Concealed Hill. For some reason, Professor Lemes says Soul Concealed Hill is not that bad. But still, Professor Lemes is not giving up. He's not like me. I'm not quitting on you, Professor, but I'm afraid about your economy. And I'm afraid about your rifles, but I'm never afraid about your kiting, because we always know that kiting of Professor Lemes is supreme. Supreme kiting. Extraordinary kiting. Brought to you by Professor Lemes, even the banish in the last moment. Paladin is trying to give the TP to the Blood Mage. He can banish himself. Professor Lemes will never stop. He will never stop. You can't keep this like... We won't stop. The Pala Rifle will not stop. You can't stop this train. I know that we are losing this game probably, but Professor Lemes is giving you a lesson, guys. How grand the kiting looks like. How to move those rifles in this amazing way. And if the early game would be a little bit closer, then Professor Lemes would deliver a huge W. But this game, sadly, he cannot. Makrura 22. Ladies and gentlemen, the grand final. Wait. Observer. The map is going to be Concealed Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a decider. When is Undead versus Rifle Makrua Cup? That's a good idea, Mr. Gonzo. I need to find the players. And you know, I can't overexploit Lemes, because if I overexploit Lemes, then I need to make a Makrura Cup with me. Ladies and gentlemen, the players are in the lobby. Lemes says go. Taesiok says go. Let's go. Oh, Mr. Gonzo is not that easy. Toxin needs to prove himself. He needs to win versus Lemes, Pala Rifle Mirror, best of 3. At least. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not Makrura Cup number 3. It's a Makrura Cup number 2. By the way, if somebody is feeling generous, of course, I can always take a donation. No sound. Okay, regame. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes no sound can happen. Okay. Okay, the game name is here. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, we want the players to have the best playing conditions possible. There was no sound. Now I hope Mr. Taesiok will restart everything. Mr. Now he has 10,000 ping. Yes, it's free. 2 minutes again. Okay. So we wait 2 minutes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 2-minute break. So I'm going to show you what is going to happen today. Is Makura Cup trending? This time Makura Cup is not trending. Mamma mia. I had to promote it a little bit more. Okay, it's good. It's good. It's going to be fine. Okay, Makura Cup number 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a beautiful best of 7 between Lemes and Taesiok. $40 for the winner, $10 for the loser, and $10 in the next game. Valdis versus Gler. As we can see, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if Mr. Stuvka cover on somebody else already. The score is being here, you know, the score is here implemented. And let's thank Mr. Random Bet Gamer for the sponsorship. The score is free. We are still waiting for the players. So yes, Makura Cup organized by me. And I will try to make it happen more often. Of course, we need to have some interesting games. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Taesiok tried many things. The Pala Rifle to counter Pala Rifle. It's a little bit of the mix of everything. He tried the different approaches. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, what I can tell you about myself, thanks again for Back to Warcraft for raiding. Thank you everybody that have sent me a Makura picture. I have this website, ladies and gentlemen, where if you have a Makura title Lord. Hello, Mr. Rasa 322. Thank you for the follow. We have, ladies and gentlemen, this website. So I have Makura cards. Okay, that's just the meme that like I'm giving like autographs. And ladies and gentlemen, I went to Raraland, to Dortmund, and I got this beautiful Makura picture from Mr. Hambam. We have Trainee from Paris. We have Mr. Bear. We have Mr. Black Prime. We have Mr. Tedalius, Estival and Tedalius. Mr. Sirsaburo, we have also Makura on vacation technology. So, for example, Starbucks was kind enough to take Makura to Dubai to Bad Boom Classic. Okay, go. Ladies and gentlemen, players say go, let's go. 2 minutes went quickly. If you are a streamer, you can talk for a long time. And I hope that the game is going to be fine, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see about that. The score is 3-3. Let me check if both players are moving. Both players are moving. That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, no more waiting. Welcome to the final game of Makura Cup. Okay? The score is 3-3. This is best of 7. A full distance. Ladies and gentlemen, we are playing on Concealed Hill. Usually, people say that Concealed Hill is a good map for Orc because of the potential of healing on the healing fountains. And why Lemes picked this map for his choice of the map choice, I think because, ladies and gentlemen, that is hard to expand for the Orc, and Lemes, you know, knows that expansion laming is a problem. So, Mr. Awkward Silence said, send me Makura card and you get picture from Germany. I'm sorry I haven't that yet. I mean, Mr. Awkward Silence, just tell me. Just tell me so I can think about something. Next week I'm sending one Makura. Are you going to interview the winner? Sadly not, Mr. Reikyu. Next Makura Cup will be more technologically advanced. I will try to add player's camera. Player camera I will try to add. But for this edition, I was a little bit... you know, I didn't have enough time to do it. But yes, next Makura Cup will be more technologically advanced, okay? Let me put it like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's Farseer. No Blade Master. The same strategy as we saw in map number 3. Lazy Ape. Not that lazy. Some in real life stuff. Nothing major, but yes. This Makura was organized after Raralan, and let me tell you, taking 4 days off, or 5 for Raralan, that was kinda a lot. But let's enjoy Warcraft 3, ladies and gentlemen. So, usually Pala Rifle players like to do the altar trick on this map, but versus Orc, doing the altar trick is very risky. And Professor Lemes will know now that Farseer is coming. Don't get ensnared, Professor. Okay, Professor immediately disengaged from the altar trick, and he's going to play very defensively. Is he going to surround the Orc Warrior? The Mayhem! Mayhem since the start. But nobody aggro the creeps. Again, the creeps are escaping, and Professor Lemes is fighting. Hello, Mr. Hold On Boy. Give me your contacts. I mean, the best way is my Discord. You can have my Discord, or there is an email in my stream description. That's 2 best ways to reach me. And thank you for offering, sir. Okay, so, Professor Lemes, this time without the tower. Remember that he lost the game before. Even though he had a tower, Professor Lemes was fighting in the middle. This time, no more tower. Professor Lemes probably thinks that tower before tag is bad. Of course, tower after the tag sounds good, because you are not going to be slowed down that much. And ladies and gentlemen, I like the early game by Professor Lemes much more now, because his paladin is healthy, his rifles are healthy. No 1-0 upgrade just yet, but it's still early. What a great event in Warcraft 3, full distance. Mr. Valdis, you are watching the game yourself. It's a very close series. And maybe Valdis versus Glare will be different. Game number 1, 6 minutes, Imba Hunter, obliteration of Valdis. Game number 2, 3 minute Imba Hunter, obliteration of Valdis. Okay? And GG, no re, bye-bye. Who knows? Or maybe it will be Valdis with expansion, 20-minute game, Nidal with level 5 Demon Hunter, level 5 Naga. We'll see about that. I'm definitely hyped. That's a big event in the Polish community. Ladies and gentlemen, what's now? Okay, Professor Lemes is getting his paladin in a little bit red HP zone. Okay. But he's pulling back. But look at this paladin! He's a little bit like me. No mana. Red HP just going left and right. Scared. He's like me when I was afraid that I will have to make a decision about the regame on Eco Isles. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Taesiok doesn't stop. Ay. Let's see. Professor Lemes is waiting patiently. Finally, tier 2 is done. And Professor Lemes will pull militia. Mr. Taesiok, you need to be constantly aware. Can he save his headhunters? Not really. One of them is dead. Yes. Makura number 3 versus Undead or versus Nidalf. We'll see about that. And of course, Mr. Random Bad Gamer as a sponsor can influence me. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the altar! Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Taesiok with a sneaky play! Is this the play of the Makura Cup? He's going to cancel the altar. Altar cancelled. Say bye-bye to your blood mage. The paladin is in trouble. Paladin on red HP. The panda not surrounded. Ladies and gentlemen, not having blood mage is terrible. Le massacre in French. This is how you call this situation. Le massacre. And this paladin is running for his life. Ay. Professor Lemes needs to remake the altar, and his paladin is going to be killed? Or is he going to teleport out? Oh my god! Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. That was Professor Lemes. This picture tells you the most. Something terrible happened in this base. Something terrible happened. Okay? Sorry about that. Professor Lemes, I can feel your pain. But don't give up, Professor. This is the decider. You can do it. But Panda... Professor Farseer surrounded! Professor Lemes! Professor Lemes is toying with this Farseer, but Farseer will survive! And Paladin is back. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it was worth it to not lose a rifleman? Interesting. But the amount of rifles is healthy. But Professor Lemes doesn't have enough lumber to start his Blood Mage. It means that his push will be late. But Panda is still just on level 1. Farseer is in a critical state. And this Headhunter is also in trouble. He's going to be targeted because of the slow. But he survives. But barely. Professor Lemes, on the other hand, creeping very fast. It's hard to do, Mr. Gonzo, but I do agree that there was a potential for it. And what's now, ladies and gentlemen? Panda slowly getting some levels. Farseer is scouting Farseer. He's like, okay, the creeps. And Professor Lemes, are you going to creep? Professor Lemes is creep. Professor Lemes is just creeping. He's like, thank you for pulling the Orc Lord. Thank you for helping me, Mr. Taeseok. And you know what? This Orc Lord is not going to cast any spells because he was pulled into the full distance. But Farseer is coming back. Okay, Mr. Me, there is no chain lightning. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a rare paladin, human aura. Human aura, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing that scares me is, of course, Lemes Paladin HP. Is Lemes going tier 3? Not yet, but Orc has tier 3 already. Mass Taurens is going to start. I mean, Professor Lemes is, okay, now going tier 3. It's going to be a long game. Professor Lemes make a scouting farm. There is no expansion. The pipe is good, indeed. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Nice creeping. Ladies and gentlemen, Farseer is going to detect Lemes. Lemes got detected. Where are the Taurens? Panda with a lot of mana. Professor Lemes! Heal scroll used, but this is a kinda annoying creep. Jack, look at those rifles are blocked. Mr. Taeseok is going to attack. And he's clicking on the casters. But ladies and gentlemen, the creep camp is helping Lemes a little bit, but it's still a little bit dangerous situation. Panda, let's go Panda, Breath of Fire, Mamma Mia. Another rifleman was in trouble, but Holy Light on time. Professor Lemes is running back. And ladies and gentlemen, this anti-pala rifle technology. This anti-pala rifle technology, is it going to work? Blood Mage is exposed. Ay, the pain. The pain, ladies and gentlemen. And Panda is healing with replenishment potion. Professor Lemes. Blood Mage dead. Panda still going. Paladin can't heal. Professor Lemes is trying to hold, but he's fighting militia versus Taurens with speed scroll. 9 supply lead only for the Orc, but it feels like infinite supply lead. And man, Professor Lemes was in such a great position. He was up 3-2. But in this game, he lost this Paladin, he lost this altar. I mean, I still have a lot of questions, and still maybe Lemes can win. Tier 3 is almost up. Orc has no expansion, and Professor Lemes, he can go back. He can go back. This is Lemes. His name is Lemes. His name is Michael in Polish. Same as mine. But another rifleman is dead. And supply lead is getting bigger and bigger. Professor Lemes with double heal scroll. At least we have that.
A player's forces are under attack.
I wouldn't like to be in the same room with Lemes now. I would love to be in the same room with Lemes. Because I could see the real emotions that Pala Rifle player can show during the games. One headhunter is dead. Lemes, you can do it. You can do it, Lemes. Go. He has an amazing run. Farseer is stuffing back. Are we expanding in the middle? Yes, we are. We are expanding in the middle. Cheeky. Cheeky, tricky. Still remember, Lemes had terrible early. Bad mid game. He got Creepjack at the red. But maybe he can do it. Tiny Great Hole in the middle. Professor Lemes is going to scout. Professor Lemes is going to scout. He's going to know that we have a pretty... oh! Professor Lemes is like, oh, what is happening here? In the middle. Hello, Mr. Figo. Welcome. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final moment of this game. Professor Lemes knows what is happening in the middle, but MK is joining the party. Sorks without upgrades so far. Professor Lemes wants to stay on 50 supply. And Professor Lemes has the human aura. Remember that Professor Lemes crept the middle. Belt plus 6 for the panda. This panda is going to be chunky. Chunky. Over 1000 HP on this fluffy monster. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't see a scroll of TP on the orc. All of the peons from Mr. Taesiok is going to die. Maybe not. Maybe kill the Expo Lemes. Maybe it's possible. Okay, Fire Lord is already here. The Expo is not operational. Blood Mage in front. This is Lemes one-on-one. He knows how to position his units nicely. Lemes brought militia as well. Speed scroll. Mr. Taesiok is going in. Is it the final fight of Makrura Cup? Soulburn on the Blood Mage. We have MK. MK wants to control the panda. Panda controlled too late. Professor Lemes is not kiting too much here. Heal scroll used. One tower and buys the dust. Blood Mage! Blood Mage! Okay, banish. Blood Mage survive. MK with full mana. We don't like full mana on MK. This is for sure. Headhunters, the Berserkers, they're trying to connect into our lovely casters. Professor Lemes in trouble. Professor Lemes is losing his casters. Breath of Fire. But remember, we still have the human aura. Heal scrolls gone. Expansion operational. But supply lead not that grande. Lemes, can you do it? Okay, the headhunters are getting lower. Still a lot of mana on the MK. Professor Lemes will start using this mana soon. He's going to kill one of the Taurens, but look how many Taurens are left. And they are all using this freaking Pulverize. They are all using this freaking Pulverize, ladies and gentlemen. And what's now? Professor Lemes is bleeding out. 20 supply behind. Everything on red HP. And Orc is in a Berserker mode. Panda is level 4, Farseer level 3, Fire Lord strong as well. There is no this lava spawns technologies anymore. Bolt to stop the tower and 20 supply ahead. Lemes, please. I will give you my energy now. But is it enough? Probably not. Holy Light saves the MK. Beautiful Holy Light. Lemes is trying to kill the panda. 1150 HP on this panda. I think GG will be called soon. Still, there is no master upgrade on the Sork. Professor Lemes can't afford the master upgrade. He's just trying to keep 50 supply. And he can't. Taurens are healing close to the fountain of HP, of health. Ay. Okay, Paladin. Still has mana potion. No invul on the paladin though, so he is fragile. Holy light on the time. One Sorg is coming. Remember, paladin fragile. One rifleman evaporated. Lemes can't connect good enough. And remember, Org is still mining from one additional base. Beautiful holy light. Professor Lemes is trying to kite as good as he can. Oh boy. What a series, ladies and gentlemen. I still believe in Lemes, but it's freaking 30 supply ahead of the Orc. Lemes was so close. He was so close. Mr. Taesiok still is in amazing shape after the Raralan. And Lemes is proving that yes, his kiting is not from this earth. He's proving this. Another time. But in this series, something we're missing. Lemes was 3-2 ahead. This one game to Blade Master Mirror Image. And in this game, losing the altar, losing the hero. Professor Lemes is still holding. He's still trying. For the fans. For the Pala Rifle University. Around the world. It's a Hercules task. This shop will have to bring a lot of value. This expansion is mining. 80 supply for the Orc, 50 for Lemes. Ooh. Look at this Panda. Panda can afford everything. Okay? It's like Soul Apeman after huge donation. Okay? I can just go to the Voodoo Lounge. I need mana potion, I buy it. I don't wait for the mana region. I have Orb of Lightning. I buy it. Why wait? But Professor Lemes almost killed the expansion. 51 supply versus 78. Okay. Bolt. Professor Lemes is kiting again. Panda, out of position. Not using Breath of Fire just yet. Bolt. Ooh, that was beautiful control of the Panda. Bash. Banish, 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 banish. Okay, Holy Light, banish. Oh yes, unkillable MK Blood Mage, Professor Lemes with really grande kiting. Really. He's still trying. The Orc can't connect. Orc is blocking himself, but Professor Lemes with this grande kiting. Level 2 on the MK, Professor Lemes. I can't believe what I see. He's still holding on. Professor Lemes like a cucaracha. There's a quote from Better Call Saul. You can't kill Professor Lemes. Another Holy Light. Professor Lemes is making a statement. Blood Mage. Stop the siphon mana on time. And he can start drain again. But yes, the damage is missing in Lemes' army. Another Holy Light. Another Holy Light. He's still trying. He's still trying. Look at those towers that are all blocked. But economy for Mr. Taesiok is grand. Level 3 Blood Mage, that's good. More sanction. Look at this kiting of Lemes forced the Orc to actually go back. Imagine Lemes with 10 more supply, with 3 more rifles. But not in this game. Early game was bad. Breath of Fire, Drunken Haste, combination. And Paladin dying. Paladin in 20 HP! 20 HP Paladin! Professor Lemes is still here. He's still aware. He's not giving up. The Paladin is barely alive. This is the grande kiting. Mr. Taesiok, he's like, oh my god, I'm so close, but I can't kill this man. Because it's Professor Lemes. Because it's Professor Lemes, Mr. Taesiok. He can't believe what is happening here. He can't believe how strong Lemes is. Supply. For a moment, it was looking okay for Lemes. Do we have a heal scroll? Yes, we have. Professor Lemes is still waiting, but another rifleman buys the dust. The wolves are trying to find some units, and Professor Lemes is again. He was waiting with the heal scroll for the Sorks. You can't kite forever. You can't kite forever. What a game. Another Holy Light. Soul Burn. That was Soul Burn on this rifleman. 51 versus 75. Lemes has no gold. Lemes has no gold. Lemes is like, okay, let's go. Let's push the middle. Ay, 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 ay. Mr. Plastic Stone, easy to say. More mana potions on the panda. He's trying to buy them. Now he has all of the gold in the world. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and what's now? Professor Lemes needs to win this fight. No more waiting. MK still not on level 3. Paladin still in danger. Militia is fighting. Good position for Lemes, ladies and gentlemen. It's 27 supply lead for Orc. Professor Lemes, use the Hisco. 10 supply is dying. He's teleporting out. He's teleporting to make the position better, to have Panda in front. Mr. Taesiok repositioning his army with a TP, and his Professor Lemes is trying to stop him. But this breath of fire. This breath of fire. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Taesiok, offensive TP plus a speed scroll. He had just too much, and Professor Lemes can't break him. What a game! What a move, but Mr. Taesiok, he knew that Professor Lemes can actually kite him forever, and this MK is still alive. Professor Lemes is holding still. I can't believe it. He's not mining. Professor Lemes is the one with Pala Rifle now. He's the Pala Rifle. He sees the Matrix. He's like Neon. I know Kung Fu. GG is cold. I can't believe it. Mr. Taesiok is a Makrura Cup winner. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulate Mr. Taesiok for being the Makura Cup winner. GG. He went to the full distance. And let's congratulate Professor Lemes for taking huge fight and for being the man to give the regame. Even Mr. Taesiok disconnected. And ladies and gentlemen, that was amazing. That was amazing. Mr. Taesiok, congratulations. Look at him. Very, 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 very good player. Very good player. Makrura, Mr. Taesiok, amazing game. GG. Congratulations for being Makrura 2 Cup winner. Thank you for this game. Thank you, Professor Lemes. I thought that Lemes got it, man. After 2 first games, very close series. Very close series. Well done to both. Ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Glare and Mr. Valdis ready? Are you ready? King's Lemes, now we start 20 minutes later. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so what's the plan? Tell me. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you, Mr. Randomed Gamer, for sponsoring. Thank you, Mr. Cover, for putting the information. We have another match. Ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if the players are ready or not. Thank you, Taesiok, for accepting. Okay. The game name is Glare 1. Yes, Mr. Follow Nov, hello. First map, Shallow Grave. Professor Lang, like this kiting, especially in game number 1. And ladies and gentlemen, the Polish LAN is coming in Warsaw soon. Maybe we'll see Mr. Nov versus Mr. Lemes. Mr. Nov, are you ready to make this long distance run? Problem. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so let me give you some introduction to what is happening now. Okay, let me give you some introduction. Okay, I met those beautiful gentlemen, Mr. Glare and Mr. Valdis, in Warsaw, April 2024. And ladies and gentlemen, let me show you them. So, we have, ladies and gentlemen, look at this crew. Mr. Nov on the right, Mr. SaulPlayerMan, Bladestorm. This is Mr. the Night Elf player, Ankes. This Mr. Glare, who is going to play now. Mr. Terror, the Polish OG Undead. His brother on the right. Okay. Ankes, right? And we have Mr. Smurf, Mr. Soccer, Professor Lemes hidden behind a little bit. Mr. Franek, who is going to play in this LAN. Areczek in the back. This Mr. Fear. This gentleman, I'm sorry, Mr. Gentleman, I don't remember you. If somebody remembers, tell me. Mr. Jean Bomber, a Frenchman living in Poland. This is Mr. Azu, the friend of Jihar, and this is Mr. Jihar. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if somebody remembers this guy, tell me. Okay, are we ready? And they are going to play. They're going to play. Mr. Glay versus Valdis. Maybe Valdis was taking this picture, or he was busy making some Mr. Azu. Yeah, Mr. Azu. Okay. Guys, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, U Central doesn't work. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready? People want emotions, ladies and gentlemen. Another game in Makrura card. Mr. Valdis. They say go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be best of 3, and it's a different matchup. And it's Valdis versus Glare. Valdis with almost 2000 MMR, but he doesn't play much. OG Polish Human versus Glare, 1900 MMR, but I think Mr. Glare has more MMR than that on like another account. Ladies and gentlemen, the score is 0-0. Okay. This is what's happening here, and this is best of 3. This is best of 3. Thank you for being the part of Makrura card mid MMR game. Congratulations again for Mr. Taysiok. Congratulations again for Mr. Lemes for amazing performance. And ladies and gentlemen, this is an early Wisp. Early Wisp and Mr. Valdis with Pali Rifle. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Tavern Hero. Mr. Glare with Tavern Hero, he prepared for this game. Is Valdis playing Pala Rifle because he has to or because he wants to? Mr. Viking, we had a little bit of a conversation about this. Mr. Valdis is free to play every strategy he wants, but I said at least one Pala Rifle game, please. And Mr. Valdis said, okay, Saul, I will try to deliver. Okay? Okay. Let's see. Valdis got over 2000 MMR with Pala Rifle in the April 2024. He was trying hard. And he was even playing Human Mirror with Pali Rifle because it was a challenge for him. And he did very, very well. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a Tavern Hero opener with Shop Creep. What kind of hero are you going to play versus Pali Rifle? Is it Panda first? Panda first, like Mr. Smurf would play? I don't know about that. We will see. Ladies and gentlemen, Shallow Grave is a pretty good map for a Pala Rifle player because you can do the Lightning Shield creeping, and Mr. Glare, even though he can do Lightning Shield creeping himself, he is not going to. Okay. Beastmaster. Okay, we'll see about that. We'll see about that, that's for sure. Okay. Tavern opens at 2 minutes 15 seconds, so we need to wait 1, 0, and it's going to be Panda. Firelord. Okay, Firelord first, creeping with the lava spawns. Interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if Valdis is in a good shape. Is he going to do the lightning shield trick? Oh, Valdis is ready. Valdis is ready. He's present. Okay. As we can see, the oh, that's interesting. More archers. Let's check for potential denies. I don't see any. And Mr. Valdis with a pretty clear, a good creep road. I would not holy light the peasant, but it's okay. Okay, Firelord, as we can see, the idea is he wants to keep the lava spawns alive. And Mr. Glare is taking right now. Okay, you need to attack or your lava spawns will expire. Is he going to creep the red camp? Is this the idea to creep the red camp with mass lava spawns? Let's see about that. Creeping the red camp is hard. Are we splitting? Oh yes, baby, we are splitting. Level 2 already, item. Zombie mask! That's the best That's the best item in slot. Mr. Valdis is creeping as well. 2 good items on him. But ladies and gentlemen, shop by Glare. Okay. Mr. Glare is present on the map. But what's now, Mr. Glare? Are we creeping the Mer camp? Is it the plan? I think so. I think he's going to creep the Mer camp. Valdis, I wanted to say Lemes, but it's not Lemes, it's Valdis, another very good Polish player, Polish human player, and he's a Pala Rifle hybrid. He's creeping the expansion. Is it going to be level 3? I think so. Mr. Glare got the mercs, but the problem I see is, I mean, he needs to play mass archers, right? Level 3 on Valdis, level 3 on Glare. Sobi Mask is great. Potion of Greater Mana, acceptable. Mr. Valdis, he's exchanging his peasants. He'll fix it soon, probably. Okay. Ooh, that's bold. That's bold. He's not scared. Okay. I mean, if he gets healing wards. Okay, but he can't get the healing wards because he's being lamed. Ladies and gentlemen, aggressive TP! Aggressive TP! Mr. Valdis teleported! And insta surround, but he's going to lose the rifleman? Not really, the Holy Light on point. Ay, Mr. Valdis is ready for Polish LAN. If he can surround with a TP, imagine what he can do offline. He's definitely ready. He's most definitely ready, ladies and gentlemen. What's now? What's now? Don't forget the item! Now he knows. He's like, where is my item? I want to use my consumable. Okay. Baldi. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, sneaky. Sneaky. Laming. Tier 2 for the Night Elf. I don't see the lores. Valdis, you need to buy Staff of Teleportation. Because your base is on fire. Pocket Factory is amazing. Tinker Sigma. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Valdis is being lamed. But remember, there is no TP on the Night Elf. And Blood Mage is already here. Pala Rifle player is operational. Pala Rifle player is ready to fight. Ready to fight, let's go. That's why Mr. Glare went back. He's going tier 3. He's making the Lord's Sonic position in front. And ladies and gentlemen, detonate. Is this worker going to die? Not really. Kaboom ability, not that strong. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Glare is the player who is going to creep the Rock Golem first. And Ankh. Ankh is not that good. Do you like these farms? Mr. Valdis is making a wall. Okay. Tome of Knowledge for the Tinker. We have the fight in the middle. I think Night Elf is not the favorite to win this fight. That's why Mr. Glare is running back. He's waiting for a tier 3 bonus. And I think that Mr. Valdis is going to push. His lumber is quite limited. But remember that he has everything that he wanted. Blood Mage is here. I presume that long rifle range is already there. And I think that he is going to push now. There is only one lore. Okay, double lore, but we are not going to have any bears. Mr. Valdis is getting mana from the rogue wizard. And what's now? Are we pushing Mr. Valdis? 41 supply for Valdis. He's ready. But he's not pushing. Maybe he will hesitate. Maybe. The longer he waits, the better for Pala Rifle it gets. For the Night Elf it gets, right? More Moonwells. More bears. By the way, this shop here doesn't help that much. But Mr. Valdis is not pushing. He's waiting for the day. He is going to buy some scrolls. Rockets? Okay, let's talk about the rockets. Yes, rockets are good to interrupt the mana drain. Maybe he's scared to get, you know, drained. Maybe he's scared to get mana drained. Maybe that's why he's taking 2 mana spending abilities. And what's now? Okay, we have lightning shield. No, it doesn't work. It works! Mr. Glare knows. I didn't know that if you disappear with the archer, the lightning shield doesn't work. This is true because if you have lightning shield on the TC, use invisible potion. The lightning shield is there, but it's not dealing damage because it's hidden as well. Oh no, Bear Master, we need to repair! Repair! The position, Sonic position! Sonic position, the Bear Master, is it finished? It's finished! 1 second! 1 second, it would be done! Ladies and gentlemen, lucky! Are we going to have a third hero? I don't think so. Okay, this Tinker is ready. This Tinker is ready. The rockets are here. Soulburn on the Blood Mage. Okay, Mr. Valdis, you need to kite very, very nicely here. And there are only 2 bears. Rockets are okay. Banish to save the Blood Mage. Another bear is here without the reju. Blood Mage of Valdis. Heal scroll used. Soulburn. Holy Light. He's touched by Lemes. Holy Light last second. Touched by Lemes, ladies and gentlemen. Touched by Lemes. That's beautiful. 1 bear dies. I think that Mr. Valdis is doing this. Supply lead. Mana on him is looking nice. And yes, of course, Mr. Glare was spraying a little bit of a bio-yayo. Thank you for this showmanship, but I think this didn't have enough impact. The Fire Lord Tinker. Bam! The rifles are slowly dying, but the bears... Okay, the reju... The infinite reju, maybe that is going to help. Hello, Mr. Gurken, nice to see you. We are finishing the Makrura Cup. We are finishing slowly the Makrura Cup. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what's now? Tinker. Escapes. Oh, Valdis is...
You just had to blow it up. You and your pride and your ego.
Yeah, the problem with Valdis is that he didn't bring his militia. Imagine having a shop here. That's a usual mistake. He has too much lumber, right? He has 1 AFK rifleman. But ladies and gentlemen, even if the execution is not that great from Mr. Valdis, as we can see, the power rifle is still strong enough. Still strong enough, ladies and gentlemen. Surround on the bear. Mr. Valdis, he surrounded the Fire Lord. Now he can surround the bear. Offensive banish. Holy Light on time. Ladies and gentlemen, power rifle in the hands of Valdis. Still quite good. But the bears are accumulating. Mr. Valdis has 1200 gold. Yes, Mr. Echo Goodman, I would say not already over because it was full best of 7 with 1 regame. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Valdis is not giving up. He's like, okay, I had terrible macro. I'm going tier 3. Ah, man, he pushed so late. He has 1200 gold during the push. Mr. Valdis, this is unacceptable. As we can see, Mr. Valdis is not an active power rifle player. Valdis versus Lemes. We need to make power rifle mirror king of the hill. Starting from Areczek versus Viking. Okay, Orb of Venom acquired on the Fire Lord. This Sobi mask is doing some heavy listing. If Tasio played at least 3 strats, there was Blade Master Mirror Image, and there was Fighting Army, so like 2 strats. Okay. Mr. Viking, you can't deny your past. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the power rifle player can't win the late game versus Nidal with just rifles. Valdis had 3 AFK rifles. Ladies and gentlemen, Valdis is struggling a little bit in the late game, but he brought the new rifles that were staying AFK. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Valdis, he can afford everything. He can go Gryphons, he can go freaking rifle caster, he can switch to knights, he can add some breakers to steal the reju. And Glare says GG. Mamma mia. I thought that Mr. Glare can come back. Okay, the game name is Glare 2. Ay, Mr. Valdis. And Mr. Glare was playing a little bit of a Bio Yayo. I like the Fire Lord, aggressive creeping. The game name is Glare 2. Let me check the map, because Mr. Glare was kind enough to send me the maps. Tide Hunters, okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 1-0 for Mr. Glare, for Mr. Valdis. Rusty Pala Rifle. Okay, Mr. Valdis is here. Okay, Mr. Glare is going to comment about the game. Okay, Valdis is ready. Okay, that was a mistake by Mr. Valdis. Mr. Glare says go, and let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Tide Hunters, that's the map of Mr. Glare. Is Mr. Glare going to try to do the turtle taming trick? I remember when Mr. Glare played in King of the Hill, organized by Mr. Baron. And he basically, ladies and gentlemen... Okay, Pali Rifle. Okay, Pali Rifle. Ah, Mr. Best Player, you, MMR is just a number. Okay, so it's 1-0. It's 1-0 for Mr. Valdis, the yellow human. The yellow human. Mr. Valdis, 1-0. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Bakura Cup 2, Glare Valdis Game 2. Yes, Mr. Glare, ladies and gentlemen, great announcement. And thank you for helping. Man, casting that long is not that easy. And, ladies and gentlemen, we have Ancient of War. I presume it's going to be Demon Hunter. There's a lot of Night Elves technologies that we can try. There's a lot of Night Elves technologies that we can try versus Pala Rifle. We can play Keeper, we can play, hell, even Warden. Even Potom Hans Alin, Mr. Soccer won versus me. And, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Valdis forgot about his blacksmith. And he's telling us, ladies and gentlemen, he's power building his blacksmith. Mr. Valdis, where is your second farm? Ay, Grande Madonna. Mr. Valdis. Mr. Valdis. Ay. And, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Glare means business. He means business. Something went wrong here. I was trusting Mr. Valdis to make the correct build order. Mr. Valdis says that in around team, if they play around team, if he has a problem like that, the teammate can give him 30 lumber in the early game and they're fine. And no, don't deny, Mr. Glare. Okay, aware, even though they're talking, even though they're friendly, he's not denying, and he's creeping nicely. Mr. Valdis has 2 farms. Okay, I'm not that scared for him anymore. But you need to make farm number 3, or not really. Mr. Valdis is going to do 2 farm tech, which I really like. Versus Night Elf. Mr. Glare is not going for any tricky, turtle taming strategy. He's just going to play standard, and usually he's trying to be aggressive with his standard approach. 2 farms only, but we are creeping with 3 militia. So this will slow down the tech a lot. But look at this. The Demon Hunter is already running across the map. Mr. Valdis, you need to start taking soon. Yes, Demon Hunter is much more oppressive. Holy Light, okay. If there is no mana on the Paladin, there is nothing to drain. And now we need to start building farm number 3, Mr. Valdis. Because with farm number 3, without farm number 3, you won't have any supply available for you. As we can see, ladies and gentlemen, Night Elf is stacking as well. We have another archer. And yes, Both players are creeping. Both players are going to get level 2. I think level 2 is much better for Pala Rifle because you have aura on everything. Evasion is good, don't get me wrong, but yes. Imba Hunter very hard to kill, and as an experienced Night Elf, Mr. Glare is scouting with a Wisp. And this is a good point that Demon Hunter is stealing the cams that belong to Pali Rifle. Pull the militia, Valdis. Okay. Valdis is safe. You need to pull militia. Okay, no surround. And remember what Mr. Valdis has going for him is the tech timing. Okay. But maybe Glare is going to creep the middle. We'll see about that. I mean, if he buys Naga, but it's too late for the Naga. Okay, he knows the map well. He knows that he can open Org Magi. He'll just get the item, and that's it. Org Magi is here. Bam, bam, bam. But Valdis is creeping nicely as well. This is what Professor Lemes likes to creep. Demon Hunter should have Evasion Aura. And Mr. Viking, the community have very strong opinions about Night Elf. And I think Night Elf will be buffed heavily. We'll see about that. Ladies and gentlemen, Glare, you need to have your macro on point. Because Valdis is going to push you soon. So far, there is no second hero for Mr. Glare. To be honest, I like it. If he's not going to be oppressive, why to buy second hero? And ladies and gentlemen, Paladin has level 3 before Demon Hunter. That's a mistake. I mean, I still think that Valdis is in a little bit fragile position. Okay, take the item. I would teleport out from here. He doesn't know! Glare doesn't know! Magician Valdis, he's waiting for long distance, long rifle range. He'll pull all of the militia, but Lumber is here. Hello, Mr. Test. Magician Valdis! He can hide like Houdini. Ladies and gentlemen, militia is coming now. Paladin is repositioned to the back. We have wrong rifle range. Okay, Mr. Valdis will lose one. Or maybe not. He almost surrounded the Imba Hunter. Man, killing the Imba Hunter is near impossible. Another rifleman in a big trouble. Body block. Body blocks are here. Give mana to the Paladin and you will be fine. Still produce, Mr. Valdis. Remember that you need to produce. But ladies and gentlemen, Demon Hunter being on level 2, it's very bad. And now Mr. Valdis can push. He saved one rifleman. He's spending his gold and lumber. I think he's going to push. And he has the opportunity to win. I would not go for the tower. Glare is not a laming type. Soccer is a lamer. Nasty lamer. Valdis looks like it's going to push. Ah, he's creeping. He doesn't know. This creepjack would be granted. It would be a game-ending creepjack. But Valdis is waiting to buy the heal scrolls, I think. You need to... Why you are using this item? Just sell this item. Take the militia with you and push. Mr. Valdis, what are you doing? You need to push. Man. He lost his opportunity for the very juicy timing. There is not even mana on these creeps to charge the Blood Mage. I'm not satisfied. At least Mr. Valdis has a good rally point. Demon Hunter has level 3 though. That's an issue. Are we bringing the militia, Mr. Valdis? Okay. In this game, he's more organized. Okay. Mr. Glare is pulling the gnolls, but it takes a lot of time. Mr. Glare in defensive position. Mr. Valdis now realizes that he is probably too late. Ancient of War dying, it's actually a good thing, because this Ancient of War can be quite tanky. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's micro. Who has a better micro? Militia is here. Who has a better micro? We need to make the shop in a defensive position. Blood Mage needs to be in front. Mr. Glare is waiting for Bear Master. Man, this Moonwell is going to be killed with 233 moon juice in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the shop is under construction. Ladies and gentlemen, 48 supply versus 48 supply. One Moonwell is dead. Supply block for the Nider. Orb of Venom acquired. Bear Master is online. Mr. Glare can fight. Mr. Valdis, how is your kiting? Can you kite like Lemes? There is no Fire Lord. Demon Hunter is in the bag. Demon Hunter is in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. We have the shop. We can buy the Mana Potion. Mana Potion acquired. Holy Light is necessary here. Demon Hunter still was able to reach. Mass detonation by Mr. Glare. Okay, can we survive this? Buy Scroll of Regen. Buy Scroll of Regen and go back. We need another Mana Potion. But there is cooldown. No! The creeps! So close! The Holy Light not on time. He was so close, but now he's losing the momentum. Okay, bro. Almost. Decent. Imagine instead of creeping Makrura and the Mare Camp, just going, Marketplace. Okay, Mr. Valdis is not going to give up. His shop is dead though. Glare detonated all of the wisps. So Mr. Glare late game is not that amazing. The potential for the late game. Level 4 on the Valdis. Heal the rifle. Okay, that's nice. But ladies and gentlemen, what now? Level 3 on the Naga. Pendant of Energy. Not great, not terrible. There is no shop. Blood Mage is on level 2. Valdis is just creeping. Mr. Glare wants to push. Mr. Glare wants to be aggressive. Okay. Maybe he's afraid that Valdis is going to switch into Gryphons or something, but Valdis has not no enough lumber for that. And yes, what is cool with Blood Mage? When you creep, you get mana from the creeps. There is no level up potential, but yes, not looking that bad. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mr. Glare is going deep. We need to pull all of the militia, but ladies and gentlemen, remember that bears with the normal damage, they are quite scary. Valdis is running away with the militia. Nice reju on everything, and Glare is using the human base, Valdis base, against him. This pattern on the farms, invul immediately. Human is not mining, but maybe human can kill enough to make it worth it. Rifles are blocking each other. That is invisible. Glare is killing all of the farms. Now Mr. Valdis can't remake his workers. And remember, Glare has a TP. Mr. Glare is styling here. Okay, Mr. Valdis, how many workers you have? 4 workers. 4 workers. It's not looking good, but Valdis is not giving up. 1 archer killed to make another bear. Not really bear. Okay, that was interesting. Glare killed. He's making double bear. Okay, he cancelled the wisp. Okay, the wisp was a misclick. Ladies and gentlemen, Valdis is still creeping. Level 3 Blood Mage, maybe. Valdis can finally make an additional workers as he wanted to. And Valdis has superior hero levels. He has Wand of the Wind, which is good to stop the Imba Hunter. But pressure from Mr. Glare will continue. Valdis is trying to hold. But can he hold? The laming. The laming is too hard. There is no full base wall off. But the rifles are here. Naga with the Fog of Lightning. Maybe not. Okay. Bears are exposed. Okay, Demon Hunter level 4. There is always a staff. Divine Shield, used. I like it. We have only single staff of preservation technology. And yes, Valdis needs to remake his economy again. Moonwells are almost full. And thank you for the follow, Mr. Daniel Nelquick. Welcome. I'm casting the mid MMR game from Makrura Cup. The first game was amazing between Taesyok and Mr. Lemes. Congratulations for both. Okay, Valdis bought a scroll of the TP. He knows that his main is quite weak. And he's going to push into the Nidelf base. There is a Zeppelin in the air. Mr. Glare. He wants to reposition himself. Is he laming? Why he's running? Okay, is he going to make like bear drop? Bear drop? Okay, there is a bear drop here. Demon Hunter in the middle of everything. Mana burn and anti-magic potion. No mana, siphon mana on this guy. Valdis is trying to run back. The supply doesn't look that bad, but it's about the unit composition. The bears are very, very hard to deal with without Sorks, without Gryphons, and without breakers. This reju value is just too great. Another fight. Yes, not looking good for Valdis. He has the TP. He's trying to hold. I don't blame him. And you know, he's showing that he's a good player to go into the distance. -2 mana only. Nice reflex by Mr. Valdis. Okay. No, the Blood Mage! He can be killed with the Fork of Lightning! And I think GG will be called now. There is nothing to come back to. I mean, Mr. Valdis can try to go back, but this is just too much. GG is called, ladies and gentlemen. The score is even. And Makrura, glare free, 1 second. It's not Makrura free, it's glare. Great. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me check the map really quickly. ST is springtime, I think. Okay. Okay, Mr. Valdis, you have mine and Twitch chat blessing to play strategy that you like. No pala rifle mandatory. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Valdis, you have mine and Twitch chat blessing to play strategy that you like. No pala rifle mandatory. That's true. That's true. Ladies and gentlemen, as we can see, Mr. Valdis, the tips for Nidelf, faster level 3. Okay. Okay. Valdis, are you ready? Valdis says go, go. Ladies and gentlemen, the score is even. Valdis versus Glare. The Polish El Clasico. On springtime. Brought to you by the Random Bet Gamer. Organized by SaulPlayerMan. Casted by SaulPlayerMan. Thank you, Mr. Neo, for the raid. Thank you back to Warcraft. And I can't... Makrura Cup 2, Glare versus Valdis, score 3, 1-1. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Valdis is going to say, okay, Pala Rifle. Pala Rifle. Don't tell me that he's expanding in the middle. Ay, 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 ay. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, what we can do about that? Okay, that's a pretty fast expansion if I even saw one. Ladies and gentlemen, the springtime is the only map in the map pool 1v1 on Warcraft 3 Champions where you have access to expansion in the literally start of the game because there is no camp gathering the expansion. There is a small green camp here, but as you can see clearly, he's not being aggroed by the gold mine, by the structure here. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know this build order well, But I know that Pala Rifle, we have a very slow hero out. And Pala Rifle scouting is pretty impaired. It's not that good. So, because all of that, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what is going to happen. Mr. Glare, making Ancient of War. Remember, he can skip the Moonwell, because this Tree of Life will provide him 10 supply. Mr. Valdis is probably going to creep, you know, quite slowly the 2-farm tech. And Nidal will get a lot of value. A lot of value, ladies and gentlemen. But if Valdis is going to scout this, it may be problematic. We'll see about that. I don't have much experience, of course, playing versus Cass. American Cass with a C in front of his name. That was, of course, what... he expanded versus me as Orc in the middle and was just harassing me with farce here. So I thought it's a normal game. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what we need to remember, Expo is up when Paladin is out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Valdis is going to creep. There is no Demon Hunter. And it's Beastmaster harass, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Glare is harassing with a Beastmaster. Mr. Valdis, are you ready for that? Okay, Mr. Valdis can run nicely, and is the base layout good enough to block? He could block, I think, but he doesn't want to risk it. And ladies and gentlemen, remember that that's the smoke screen, just a smoke screen. Mr. Glare with amazing macro, he's still producing a lot. And ladies and gentlemen, Beastmaster harass. Look at those two bears, man. Valdis lumber economy is not going to be happy about this polar bear harass. And Glare gold economy is going to be very happy about this additional gold. Ladies and gentlemen, expansion is operational in minutes 3:30. 3:30 and you have operational expansion. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what's now? Mr. Valdis is making 2 farms at the same time because he's supply blocked. I think he should just power build 1, but that's good enough. Mr. Glare harass wasn't amazing, but he basically is holding to his expansion, and probably we are going to see mass archers. Ladies and gentlemen, Valdis got level 2. Aura unlocked. But yes, Glare doesn't want to fight. Glare just wants to buy some time. He is rich, he can produce, he can tech. Of course, his tech is very late because he expanded as a first building. But as we can see, he's building a steady army. And even though Nidal expanded, the Pala Rifle player, he needs to run back because Mr. Valdis has only 2 rifles. But remember, those 2 rifles are here for the reason. They are the effect of very fast tech that Pala Rifle player did. Pala Rifle player did a very fast tech. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Body blocks by the archer. This rifleman, Mr. Valdis, is getting enraged, I think. Beautiful body blocks by Mr. Glare. The Paladin is dead. The Paladin is dead. Beastmaster is on low HP, but Rifleman dying. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Hunter's Hall is here. Is it going to be, I don't know, mass archers? Are we going tier 3? We need to be able to survive the push. Okay, Valdis is going to creep. We need militia. Militia is coming. Valdis knows about that. We have a lot of archers. I like mass archers. But Blood Mage is on the way. Supply favors Glare, but a little bit. High risk, high value. Yes, Mr. Glare is definitely a creative player here. -2 levels. Okay. Mr. Areczek with some future telling. Okay. Bam. Level 2.9. And Beastmaster with boots of speed. Okay, this Beastmaster can afford a lot of stuff. He's cubing the middle. He's cubing the middle. Mr. Viking, did you like make a request to Mr. Glare? He's cubing the base. It's cube. But Mr. Valdis, he can make like a workshop and Mr. Valdis doesn't know. Mr. Valdis still doesn't know. Beastmaster has level 2 only. Is it a full wall-off? I think it's a full wall-off. Full wall-off will give a lot of time to Mr. Valdis. But Mr. Valdis, what are you going to do now? Okay, level 3, 2. Nice levels. Wand of Mana stealing. We have a Hawk. Scouting Hawk. Valdis is going to push into 3 freaking towers. He's being lamed. Okay, this rifleman needs to run back. I like the full wall of, but Valdis is like, what the hell, man? Banish the paladin. Good, 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 good. Kill the rifle. Okay, banish the paladin again. Man, Glare has so many whiffs. Mr. Valdis, like, what is this? Look at this power building, this base, this farm is trying to hold. Beautiful full wall of technology. And slowly but surely, Mr. Glare is losing his wisps. He has 1,000... Heal! No! Oh my god, last moment heal. Mr. Valdis was aware. He was microing his base. He was in his base, he was calling the militia. And remember that archers are very fragile, that can't win versus the militia. I like what Mr. Valdis is doing. I like what Mr. Valdis is doing. His base can survive by its own. And basically, he's going to kill the Tree of Ages. And then he's going to teleport. The Arcane Tower helped a lot. Mr. Valdis, good control. What is this? There is no natural blessing, by the way. Not having natural blessing here is a big issue. Okay. Very nice defense by Valdis. Very nice. I don't know, Mr. Arechek. I think what he's doing, it's fine. I really like the full wall-off. I really like that he didn't chicken out. And I like that he's going to kill all of the wisps as well. And I think that it's going to be time to teleport soon. Do you have a TP? He's going to the middle now. Is he going like full base race? Okay. I think I'll teleport. He's going full base race, man. Mr. Valdis is like, okay. Okay. More. Okay, no natural blessing. No natural blessing. Tier 1 Night Elf. Glare is teleporting. And Valdis is teleporting base. But we have one base, one base. I think Mr. Valdis... Okay. No, Mr. Glare is not controlling. 4 supply less. Mamma mia. You know what you should happen do? I learned this from Lemes. Now, you make Dragon Hawks and you camp until you have Dragon Hawks. Because it's one base versus one base. You don't make Mass Guard Towers, you play Dragon Hawks. Versus flying units. Just Dragon Hawks. When you have 3, you Gucci. Okay?
A player's forces are under
Mr. Valdis is a little bit paranoid. He's making the towers, not the Dragon Hawks. Okay. No expansion. I mean, Mr. Glare is not remaking his main base. He's just staying. Okay. Okay, he's leaving 3 rifles as potential towers. And that's a big hawk. Why not bears, though? Valdis is here to kill some wisps. Kill some moonwells. Glare wants to lame. Are the towers ready? Not yet. Valdis with 1000 gold. Man, if the towers are going to finish, it's going to be grande. We have the rifles. He's attacking the wrong tower. The tower finished. Mr. Glare wasn't looking.
Forces are under attack.
And Mr. Valdis is continuing the siege. Look at Glare, he's making more towers. That's his answer. Okay, Valdis is taking his rifles with him. He's getting ready for the lames. Ladies and gentlemen, remember that you can't remake Ancient of Wind because Nidalv is tier 1. The item goes to a Beastmaster. But no more mana on this Beastmaster, man.
Players' forces are under attack.
And the problem for Nidalv is that he needs to fight here, so there is no potential for using Moonwells that easily. Of course, you can send the Hippo Raider to use the Moonwells, but I see that Mr. Glare is not using them. Is he going to lame, or is he going to buy Healing Scrolls? I would buy the Healing Scrolls, Mr. Glare. Valdis with nice levels. Hey, Glare is creeping. Svardi is going to push. Not really. He wants mana. Okay, I like this. Mr. Valdis, you need to start spending your gold. He has... okay, he's buying items. Spending gold on items. Why are everybody selling Wand of Illusion? Wand of Illusion is amazing. Instead of teleportation on the Blood Mage. Invul. Okay. Valdis have 2, 4, 5. 5 on number. Enough. Man, this Beastmaster is getting out of control. Valdis is coming back. I would use Retrain. I would use Retrain for Flame Strike. Retrain from Flame Strike. Imagine. Beastmaster has no mana anyway. Wisps can't repaired. Okay. Mr. Glare is trying to make it work. He's back with Beastmaster level 4. Mr. Glare is not remaking his main base. I think that's a big issue. I think he had the opportunity to do it. The Hawk, the Bear, upgraded. Mr. Valdis with the workshop. 1500 gold. Mr. Valdis is saving his money, but this is not in real life. We know that Mr. Valdis in real life is holding a lot of money, but he shouldn't hold it here. And yes, Beastmaster level 5, maybe. It's what's going to help. Okay, we are producing, we are breaking the supply. Mr. Valdis, make a farm, make rifle mortar. I like it. Push it to the limit. Okay, but Beastmaster will get level 5. Okay, not really. This camp is not enough. Mr. Glare is going to push from the other side. Those Moonwells are looking quite juicy.
Forces are under attack.
Hello, Mr. Orsuk. The Paladin needs to be like MVP, very protected. Okay, the Mortar team is coming. Mr. Glare is going to lose some Moonwells. And now he's remaking his Tree of Life. Man, those no, where is the Mortar? The Mortar is here. His Rifleman. There's a long way to go. And Valdis, he is scared of the you know, expansion here. Copters. I think Lemes would play Dragon Hawk Raiders. Okay, so the full Moonwells are going to die. And Valdis will have to teleport soon. Those 4 towers are not good enough. I think he will kill 1 or 2 more Moonwells and then TP. And Glare will be supply blocked now. Yes, Mr. Orsuk, usually the flying units, they have light armor, and piercing damage versus light armor is a huge multiplier. So yes, piercing damage versus light armor is amazing. Mr. Valdis, you need to teleport! Or maybe not. He's not teleporting. Mr. Valdis, like, I don't know, buy a freaking sappers. And thank you for the follow, Mr. Nair Nevro, Wi-Fi. Valdis, he did teleport back. He has the Mortar team. And Glare is making a Tree of Life with a hidden spot. Glare making double expansion. He's playing like Gradient now. Okay, we have level 5, Beastmaster. Okay, Mr. Valdis as a typical human, taken hostage in his base. Another Mortar team is here. Yes, we need some, I don't know, Sappers or Flame Strike. Sappers or Flame Strike, that's what we need. Okay, this Hawk, very fragile, versus rifles, of course. Mr. Glare is supply blocked, heavily. Beastmaster level 5, Valdis still with 1200 gold. And let me tell you, those two morts are quite strong. Blood Mage in front, the Blinking Bear is trying to put some pressure on the morts. Banish is very good to save them. And ladies and gentlemen, the Blinking Bear has a problem now. Another Banish to save the mort, level 4. The Beastmaster is in trouble. Mr. Glare is... he blinked the bear back. Mr. Glare is saying GG, very well balanced. No, Mr. Valdis is typing instead of controlling his Mortar team. That's what you get for typing in-game. Mr. Valdis, immediately, karma for typing in-game. He wanted to type XD, and that's what he got. Okay, Mr. Glare is here. But Valdis, nice anti-laming mindset. He did not give up. He was trying hard. Level 5 for the Paladin, 65 supply for Mighty Valdis. He's still pumping. It's going to be the last fight. With the Blinking Bear, Banish from Mr. Valdis, and the flying units are going to melt under rifle heavy pressure. 2 rifles. And it's aura, so 10 armor on every rifle. That's beautiful. Holy Light will probably save one. And yes, Mr. Valdis will kill this expansion. Glare has 2 more expansions, but he's going to lose the middle and he's going to lose the Moonwells again. Mr. Glare says, okay, there is no point to make it longer than possible, than it should be. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say again, thank you for Mr. Randomed Gamer, for the entire community, for supporting this project. And I would like to say thank you for Valdis and Glare for playing. Congratulations, Mr. Valdis, for winning with this exotic and exciting strategy with Palio Rifle. And ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Mr. Taesiok is the winner of the high MMR bracket, and Mr. Glare versus Valdis, we will put the score soon. So thank you for that, ladies and gentlemen. The Makura Cup was amazing. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll try to organize more. If you liked what you saw, please consider following the Twitch, following the YouTube, and if you feel generous enough, even donating for the future events. It's going to be LAN in Warsaw. I'm excited for LAN in Warsaw. Mr. Valdis and Glare are the organizers. So I'm going to be a guest there, and they are going to organize the tournament. So the opposite about what happened here. And the Plunder Isle Cup, Mr. Scylla, we can of course talk. And I hope that you had fun, ladies and gentlemen. Sadly, because of the scheduling, you know, it's at the same time when Back to Warcraft Weekly. I'm going to raid you to Mr. Neo. I'm very thank you to Mr. Neo for the big support. Grande Makura Cup. Again, thank you everybody. Mr. Glare, thank you for the cool strategies. And Mr. Valdis, thank you for even cooler strategy. Pal Rifle may be even more exotic than expanding in the middle straight away. I like it. GG guys. Raiding Back to Warcraft. Thank you for everything. And see you guys tomorrow. Monday. SaulPlayerMan not going to work. Let me tell you that. SaulPlayerMan is going to stream. Thank you and see you guys later. Have a good night. Bye bye.